Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Karosh, joined always by my co-host, Danny Vargas. And Danny Jang.
Getting over it.
If you're not familiar with what we do, we come to you each and every week for 150 weeks to podcasting services of your choice around the world, internationally, nationally, domestically, regionally, every time zone. We're on every podcasting service known to man and woman and child. And we sit around tables, sometimes tables you're familiar with, sometimes tables you're not. If you heard that sound on the podcast audio-only version, you'll recognize that it's the unique sound of our old setup. Yes, we're back in that room. We're ending the decade, the year.
Chairs.
We're breaking chairs. Orange, what was it? Blood oranges?
Yes.
We got blood oranges in here. We got everything.
We're ending the decade the way we started it.
Mm-hmm. Not knowing the fuck we're doing. Titles that don't make sense. Phantom Menace. I should call this one Attack of the Clones. Yeah, we sit around the table. We talk about nerdy stuff. Comics, books, games, everything in between. Sometimes the best stuff, sometimes the worst stuff. And we have some fun. And before we move on, we'd like to make a shout out to our sponsors, Cookies. Special shout out. I don't think you got the email, the redeem code, but yeah, Cookies sponsored this episode.
Sponsors
so
2 out of 3 of the weekly
use code DLC Vargas.
Vergas.
And you'll get cookies somehow delivered to you by someone. But yeah, this is a special. This is episode 150. We did it, guys. Cheers.
Ooh.
I mean, I already drank.
Pour one out on the audio equipment. Episode 150. It's been a pleasure. You know, this past 150 episodes. 150 weekly DLCs.
That's crazy.
What do you guys think? 150 episodes. Did you guys ever think we'd get here?
156 is 3 years.
It's coming.
Fuck.
It's too many.
Almost 3
Gotta think about retiring and soon.
We're just gonna do 155.1.2. We're never hitting 3 years. Yeah, it's crazy. I never looked that far ahead. I was just like, what? Just one week at a time.
Are we gonna look that far ahead now? 3 years?
I mean, after we saw those people at Nico and Nico that other day, the three of them, I was like, episode 1240.
A whole new cast.
I literally Googled like how many weeks are how many episodes are in a year, and then Googled how many years. I mean, just did 52 times how many years.
Yeah.
I was like, if we got really, really old.
It's like 778 hours, right?
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure this room would still be here. Or some porch or some patio somewhere.
I mean, it's supposed to be a mail room, you know? Like,
Yeah, it was at some point. It was a temporary room. But yeah, this episode we're gonna do it's the penultimum of the year. So before all the holiday stuff, we're gonna record the two. This episode 150, we thought we'd do best of 2019, and then the following episode, which we'll be recording shortly after this, will be best of the 2010s, the decade. You know what I love is that we're ending this episode with static too. It's little bits, but it's like, hey, it's just a little bit. You know, it's just to remind people the nostalgia. You know,
Bring it back.
3 years ago. So before we get into any of that, I'd like to spread a little holiday cheer. It's Christmas time,
me
boys.
too.
I got you guys some things.
Guess which one? These are the same, but which gift wrapping is whose?
Star Wars is his.
No, actually, that's not.
Oh.
Because you're into Star Wars.
I thought because he saw Star Wars.
It's actually a blow-up doll.
Well,
Thank you.
let's blow shit up.
It's a So I've been traveling. Well, I'm going to travel to Vegas, and I was like looking at stuff like, what do you guys need? This is for your future travels.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're going to use it because it will make you stand out.
I like to stand out.
But you'll be comfortable. You will be super comfortable.
What do you think yours is?
It's a game? Oh, thank you. Ooh. What game would it be? Something I don't
I could
have.
tell the difference because one of them was packed with love. The other one wasn't.
It's a game?
There's a part 2 to both yours.
Mine's
but-
a case.
A case?
Yeah, switch case.
Were you at the place I got it? Okay. Well, before you get here's part 2.
Oh, wow.
Because I want you guys to decide what games you
DLC?
guys get.
We'll DLC you later.
So I'll open Jings at the same time,
Okay.
just because it's gonna be the same thing.
Travel? You won't be able to tell what
Oh,
it
it's
is.
the bunny suit.
Wait, bunny suit.
This,
Bunny?
It's not. I don't know if you guys are gonna use it, but you'll
are
be.
those nipples, dude?
What? It's one of these
Am I
things?
Watchmen right now?
Oh my god! I've been wanting one of these things.
It's a blow up doll.
I'm gonna use this at work.
Oh
dude.
my gosh, dude. It's a triangle pillow that I can hug and
It's for travel, but
you know.
All
All right, well,
travel is.
hey, 2020 year of the traveling, dude.
Oh, yeah,
for the
dude.
podcast.
Is
this is for
Is
packs.
this for boobies?
This is a
Episode one
no strap bra. Right?
169. We're coming, dude. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys would use it on traveling, but you'll be
this is-
comfortable.
I'm about to go on a 4-hour road trip, so yeah, this is coming with me.
With the Switch.
ASMR, dude.
with the Switch.
Oh my
do that.
god!
No, that's what people use it for, dude. They
Holy
go-
shit! I'm gonna do that.
You can't see through though. Oh, you can see through. There's a hole for you to put your head through.
So, have you seen the ostrich pillow? It's like it fits on your head. It's like that. And you put it, and then it has holes to put your arms into. And you just lay down.
Seen it.
Did you open?
Oh, well, me and him can open it, or you guys can
I'm
open
trying to
mine
guess.
together.
I'm trying to guess what this is before I open it. I know it's a game. Or
Did I get mine?
Dude, imagine if it's Parasite the movie, but it's not.
Fuck. I'm good, dude.
I think I put gift receipt in case. I don't
No,
know.
I do. I needed a much thinner one.
That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for.
so that works.
Ooh,
Perfect.
Damn.
Who are you gonna call, bro?
This is actually really cool.
Gotta get it
Who you gonna
signed.
call?
Holy shit! Thank you. Ghostbusters.
Steelbook, bro.
And
I was like, I'm gonna open
Steelbook.
it, and the whole thing moves.
So I do have a lot of copies of Ghostbusters, but I've never seen this one, and I don't have it. And digital.
What copy is that? Just the Blu-ray?
I've never seen this copy.
Oh, is that that's
Steelbook.
That's a Best Buy Steelbook.
You were there with me.
All right, so with mine, I feel like yours is closer to what it is. I like every time. So I went to.
The same?
They're similar. Like they're
okay.
like the
It's a
setup
figure.
is similar.
That's what I think.
They're very similar. But yeah, go and open them.
An amoeba.
Funko? Pop?
Yeah, that includes that. It includes that.
Ooh.
It includes that.
Guardian.
And there's a pin attached to the shirts as well.
Hey,
Saga, dude. Lying.
Nice.
So yeah, I tried to
pretty
choose something
cool.
that you guys liked. I couldn't find Godzilla. I was gonna get you Godzilla instead.
They stopped making Godzilla. I learned. My friend went to.
So I'm worried if I would have found it, the guy's like, yeah, $40.
Pretty cool. Predator?
So with your shirt,
Ooh.
With your
There's a
shirt.
pin at the top.
yeah. So I included a pin with each one
Can I sell it on eBay?
if you want to.
Dude, I don't have this.
So with your shirt, I wanted to get They Live. It was in Obey. And the guy's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, extra large. And the guy's like, oh, the only size I don't have. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Guys, I'm going to get more. I'm like,
No, it's
before
all good.
Saturday? He's like, nah.
We're going back to Japan, boys.
Cool, dude.
And then you got a pin on that one as well.
Yeah.
Did you see what's in?
Yeah, I did. Xavier School.
Mm.
I got to put that on my shirt now.
Mm.
Thank you so much. I got,
At first, I thought it was the Will. I was like, he's bald. And
Yeah, it kind of looks like him. Zavala. What's his name from John Wick?
Yes, that's exactly what it's from.
So I do have a Lion Cat one,
Thank
but
you so
the
much.
regular one, but not this exclusive.
yeah, I saw the exclusive. I was like, there's no way.
It's going on my desk.
The regular one is the blue one?
Yeah. Greenish.
There you go. You can put them both up.
I have a ghost
Oh,
at my
nice.
desk.
I know, dude.
Wonderbar. Wonderbar.
I was afraid that because I was planning on stuffing it in here, and I'm like,
No,
the shirts
that's
will probably
smart.
cause it, and then I just put the thing there
Thank you
like
so much. dude.
have it.
Thank you. It's feeling like Christmas again.
And remember, this is brought to you by Cookies.
Oh yeah, and the cookies are part of the gift too.
I wasn't sure if you had it, so I was like, gift receipt. And I wasn't sure if that was small enough because I was like, okay.
That's as thin as you're gonna get. Like that's literally. The
I thought, I don't know.
The one thing that always annoys me is when they always cut out Winston.
Yeah.
Like, they don't focus on him. It's only the three dudes.
Yeah.
But I hate when people do that. He's a Ghostbuster.
He is 100% through and through. So, with that, I'm sure you guys did some holiday shopping. How was your guys' week?
It's okay.
Cool? Exciting. Jang, how was your week?
I saw Star Wars, and I liked it. I don't know. I mean, I know what people are talking about.
Okay.
There are parts in the movie where I'm just like, but for me, it's more of like the way it's shot and the way like the actors are portraying the scene, it makes it seem like there's it's not it's like it's something that's shot obviously for a movie to allow the story to continue. But like in real life, this guy would have just stopped them right there, and like that would have been the end of the movie. And I just it seems so obvious that it kind of like ruined that part. But the rest of it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I mean, a fantastic like art, like when you're watching this movie, like everything they do for Star Wars.
I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an after credits?
No.
Question 2. Is the music up there with like not so far for these like 7, 8, 9? No music has been like iconic the way like Duel of the Fates or like the Imperial March.
I didn't pick anything up. Like,
Okay.
so I generally, music becomes kind of like a support for when I'm watching a movie. And I don't generally like immediately pick something out and be like, oh, this is like.
But like like the Cantina song.
Yeah. No.
Like nothing like.
Yeah, nothing. Like if I think back on it, I can't pick up anything that came out and was like, oh shit, like, this reminds me of this scene or
Yeah.
this is going to be the.
That's something the prequels even had. Like I was like, damn, they got like, regardless of how the movies turned out, the songs were fucking.
What else did I do? Oh, I bought Iceborne. Oh. Played it
Raja?
for a bit.
Wow, dude, you don't even have
He's
me
the
up.
guy that posted the dancing, breakdancing. The
It
Raja.
was actually me. It's my secret streaming account.
Marmalade? Marmalade's back?
What else? I bought Division 2, $10.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that makes sense why that Blizzard guy was following us.
Yeah. He's like, man, we got to get him
We
back.
lost him.
I have it in the car. I brought your Devil May Cry.
Oh, it did.
Oh,
have-
3 in 1?
It did exist.
It was
The 3
on
plus
Xbox.
one?
On
4
Xbox.
plus 1, right?
Yeah, on Xbox.
DMC plus.
So funny thing, I kept joking about I'd get it for Xbox. I accidentally did get it for Xbox, and then I looked through. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I really buy it? I have a friend that has an Xbox. I'm like, do you guys want this one? And I got the PS4 copy. I was like, what am I? I took this joke too far. Joke's on me.
You thought about it so much, you're like, Xbox is the one. That's
Yeah.
right.
He Jedi mind tricked you.
Myself. I played myself.
Congratulations, you played yourself. I picked up Division, played a little bit of it, the very beginning. Feels very similar to the first one. I don't feel a difference, but I'm gonna continue playing. It's $10. Was able to buy the gold pass or
The full.
yeah, like
deluxe
this,
whatever.
not the main one, not the very beginner one, but the next one up, and it includes the gold pass, which the gold pass was $12, and I paid $10 for the whole game.
Damn. On PC or where?
Epic.
Okay,
Game Store.
Game
yeah,
Store.
they got like the $10 off, so it's $19.99 and
They're
then $10.
releasing a free game every fucking day. You
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to get log on and
Into the breach.
Towerfall.
Well,
Yeah.
that's already over.
Oh, that passed.
It's one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So today is super hot.
Ooh.
And then I also bought Control, but I have not played it.
On Epic?
Game of
On
the
Epic.
game of the year.
Yeah, that one is $30 on Epic. It's $40 plus the $10 gift card. That
Ga-
How long's the sale for?
I think till the end of the I don't know if it's
Through
this-
Christmas?
I think it's through Christmas.
Okay, because I'm waiting. I've been waiting on getting that because I'm like, this might be something someone got for me. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait. I'm going to wait. All right, cool.
Yeah. So I think the whole time that they're doing the free game, they're doing the sale as well.
Okay,
So,
nice.
but
Steam
yeah.
sale's on too.
Yeah. I haven't looked through it, but I'm sure VR games I might pick up. Kind of reset up my VR as well, and I've been playing Beat Saber. God fucking damn it, dude. It's so fucking good. Cause like, so
Wait, do they have
I
that
play-
Phil Collins song?
I play customized songs. So the obviously it's like they have to license these songs, and so they don't own, like they have like really generic songs. And recently they did Panic at the Disco, or like their music. And then recently we got the announcement that Green Day is also doing it.
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
Game
those
Awards.
officially licensed songs. But I've modded my game file so I can play customized songs, and they do a very good job of doing it seamlessly. So I can just download any song I want. But the thing is, for the modded songs, someone has to make that level. Like they have to design it, like when you're doing the beats and stuff like that. So you can't find every song. Some of them are kind of shitty.
Okay.
The really good ones are the ones where they take their time and they make you like actually hit a thing on like, because there's like downward motions,
Yeah.
sideways, up, going up, and there's ones where it just has a dot. A dot you can hit anyway. And so I'm literally just like have my sword up, and it's just it's just hitting every single one. It's just it doesn't and
Minimal
you don't-
effort.
Yeah, and you don't have to do the effort, but like you also kind of don't want to do the effort because you feel like you're messing up.
Sure.
But then when they do it properly, you're trying your hardest. And
Is there a way
to
to search for specific creators that are like put better quality into their work?
So the mod
because I
that
feel like
have-
I would do that.
It depends on the mod. There's like 3 different ways to mod it, and the mod that I have has like a search system, so I can search songs I
Nice.
want. Who does it? And then most of them are done in expert. And when I first got it, and I was like, man, this sucks. Like I want like normal,
Yeah.
easy. But after playing it, you get used to how it works.
Okay.
And at some point, you're like, easy's like not
Too easy.
fun. Yeah, exactly.
It's sort of like I think Guitar Hero, where the first time you do an easy or normal song, you're like, all right, I can do this. And then like once you've tried a super hard one, you go back to easy. You're like, this is
It's
like
just
baby
yeah,
stuff.
Exactly. So I'm at the point where like hard is perfect for me, but even hard is also a hard level to find, or like a difficulty one that people make. They go from expert to expert plus. That's it. And I'm
Damn.
like, fuck, dude, that's way too much. But there's specific songs. So there's specific people that make a level, and like when a song starts, it's like you're in like a room and you can see kind of like a corridor.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times where like, and they never light up the corridor. You don't see anything. You just see the things coming at you. But there's songs where like it starts out with like just a long note, and
Mm-hmm.
you like it like as the note gets louder, it gets brighter, and you see the whole corridor, and you start seeing things, and it just feels so like you feel like you're on a stage.
You take a few cookies, and you're like,
And I mean, you know, if you enhance the experience, I'm sure it'd be a lot better.
some additional mods.
But
IRL.
like, you know, just being in there, and you're just like, there's times where like I just stop and I just enjoy like how good it looks, man, and it's just so good. And
Nice,
then like
nice.
when you're hitting shit on the beat, and you're just over here like, fuck, it's so good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Who needs a gym membership at that point? Like that's what I've been thinking. If I had the space, I'd
The
just
only
be like, all
problem
right,
is
let's
like,
go.
so I can't like do contacts, but I put on contacts to play it, so it doesn't like mess up my glasses. My
Yeah.
glasses will fog up if I play that.
Yeah, yeah.
That way. And it's just a huge like hassle to put on the contacts, play, then take off the contacts, go to sleep. So it's just
That's the major.
it's a caveat.
Yeah.
You can change it though by getting the right headset.
What?
The headset I have makes it to where it has infinity display, so you need to have long view range. But you can also do the HTC Vive, which because I can see, I'm short sighted, I could use that one without
Oh, okay.
glasses. But I never got that one. It's a shame.
Sure. What have you been up to, Jay?
I was sick, but it's winding down.
Doubt it.
How's your ear?
It's good. Better. Death Stranding in the weekend, and man, it's a chore. It's fucking. My estimates of completion were very off. Let's double it. Dude, so I'm just trying to build infrastructure, zipline to fucking complete the hardest trophy.
What's the hardest trophy?
Complete.
5-starring every facility, and it takes forever. Some certain people, they're just never happy. They're fucking never happy, dude. You do the craziest, like heaviest 3 trips from one point to the farthest point, and it's like, F a star. Like,
Are there guides like to increase that? Or?
I mean, there is a guide I'm using,
But it's increasing with every delivery. So
Yeah.
you just do
But
a bunch of
marginally.
deliveries and it
you want to do
some
the
of it is-
heaviest ones and the hardest ones.
Okay.
to cut it shorter
Yes.
rather than just doing a million of the easy ones.
Then I on the weekends I've been streaming just like late. Like I'll start at midnight and end at 6 in the morning. And then I did that on Saturday, and I was like telling people, man, I don't think I'm gonna wake up for this Fortnite Star Wars event.
Oh yeah.
So I slept, and I woke up at 9 for some reason, and I couldn't. So I slept 3 hours, and I was like, I can't sleep. Might as well just go on the Fortnite thing. And like every fucking big event, there's always a disaster. Like it's just you can't get in. I was like, dude, I can't get in. I can't get in.
Yeah.
And then I finally got in, and then my friend who was also like trying to get in, he's like,
Manada.
yeah. He's like, I can't get in. And then one cool thing, Jeff Keighley's like.
he was talking on it.
Yeah, he was talking. He's like, okay, we're gonna extend it for 10 more minutes because the whole thing was you can only get this item if you actually get in. They actually just said, you know what, if you just log in whenever today,
That's
you'll
good.
get it. So like, we're gonna extend it for 10 minutes, and what they showcased was like this like cylinder pops up, you fly on it. you first get the glider.
drop in.
Yeah, and then the Millennium Falcon comes. I'm like, this is fucking cool. And there's just like fucking battle scenes going on. All of a sudden, like fucking the Empire, they like warp in. You're just like, whoa, what the fuck? And then it made me think of the Game Awards. And I thought Fortnite or Epic Games, they were gonna lean into like Fortnite 2. I think they're just gonna build. They had a speech about they want to build this like metaverse, and I feel like they're not developing Fortnite 2. They're just gonna fucking somehow make.
Expand.
Yeah, they need to make, instead of battle royale, they need to make other game types to entice people, or like a chat room, or I don't know.
It's like its own WoW.
Yeah.
At this point,
I think they're trying something, because just watching. So they're like, okay, we're gonna show a clip of Star Wars.
they've done concerts in the past too.
They did, yeah. I think one concert, Marshmallow, which I didn't attend. So you got 3 choices. Popular vote gets that clip. What I didn't know was there was 3 clips, so you had a chance to watch. Because when I saw the clip, I was like, that was fucking weak. But they showed 3 different clips, so I was like, holy shit.
But the clip
So
didn't show the whole clip because we like had kind of had a hiccup or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you were in a different battle arena and the vote, and
yeah,
that
they
one could have
voted
gotten a
down.
different
They
clip.
could have been a different
Oh, interesting.
And it looked pretty fucking clear, like for a Fortnite
Within
game,
a game.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, dude, if they ever do like exclusive like showings of something, I was like, this is pretty fucking cool.
VR Fortnite,
Fuck. And then
and then that's Ready Player One.
and at the end, they're like, okay, pick your light. What's your favorite color? And you go, and that became your lightsaber, and it became a lightsaber battle royale.
Just everyone going crazy.
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking cool. And I was like, this is what they're leaning into. They're just gonna. I don't know what they're trying to do.
I think it's more like the WoW approach, where they never like do a WoW 2. It's just building on it, and then maybe like a couple of years down the road, they'll be like, we're bringing back Fortnite Classic,
Yeah.
like or whatever other experiences.
It didn't make me play the game because there was just problems. Like
Yeah.
there's problems, and I was like, okay, I don't want to play.
I tried logging in because I was like, I'm up. I don't have anything to do right now. I was gonna be like, oh, the thing's happening, so I'll try to get in. I tried through mobile. That was a shit show, just because it was gonna update and it was like not updating,
Yeah.
let alone loading. Like once it updated, it was like, oh, you can't even load. I was like, okay, maybe I'll have a better chance on Switch. Switch update happened quick. Loading didn't, like, it was like slow, and then I got in like after whatever happened. But yeah, it was
I saw a documentary called "Don't Fuck with Cats."
And don't fuck with cats.
Yeah, don't fuck with cats. Don't fuck with animals or people. Just fuck, dude. Why, man?
it's gruesome.
It's
Not for the faint of heart.
yeah. Even they don't show anything. I mean, the worst thing they show was the guy playing with dead kittens. Like that's the worst thing.
I'm good.
Yeah. And I was like,
From what you described of the story, it's gnarly.
it just takes turns and turns and. I mean, like, here's a spoiler. So one of the detectives, or not detectives, but one of the person, like, trying to figure out the killer. She works at a casino. She gets a message from a dummy account showing her workplace, and she's like, "Oh fuck." He either came here and recorded it, but he knows that who I am. She's like, fuck, dude, my life is in danger. Yeah, that would trip me out if someone recorded my workplace and I'm like trying to find this killer.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a really good. It's probably one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's really well made.
Okay.
But I can't watch it. Unfortunately.
I found out I played 778 hours on my Switch.
This guy slays.
That's like Monster Hunter numbers. I was like, what the fucking Slay the Spire, dude?
Did you see what game had the most hours?
It was Slay the Spire.
Yeah?
For
Okay.
sure. Yeah. I can already tell.
I think every hour he drives with you with you to
That's
punch.
1 hour, yeah. I had 42 or 48 hours, and most of it was a recent game, Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's-
My top 3 games, one of them was Pokemon. I'm like, really? I could have sworn I played Tetris or Puyo or
Yeah, I feel like Tetris would have been a lot more.
Yeah.
For you. That's funny.
yeah.
778.
How many games?
Fuck, not a lot. Whoa, see,
No,
that's
you had
weird.
like 60.
Yeah, 66, but
That's a
I
lot.
don't have that many games. I don't have
You
66.
uninstall them, dude.
Are you sure?
I'm actually I don't know.
You had that one free game, the Onigiri.
Onigiri.
Yeah, Onigiri.
Yeah. For a good month I was playing Slay the Spire.
Yeah.
I would eat, breathe, and like if every moment I had it with me.
Wasn't that one of the games you ended up staying up like?
You're just like
10-minute break at work,
immediate
play
head
Slay the
nod.
Spire.
Bathroom
At work,
break?
lunch. I would just play Slay the Spire. Like, yeah, it would consume me, and here we are, still playing it.
Have it on 2 locations now, PC and Switch.
Yeah. I've got to do it all over again.
Yeah, how many hours do you have on this PC one? I want to
Not that
combine.
much. Probably like 24
Okay.
or something.
Cool.
Can't let go of the Switch because you have so many hours on it already.
You got a stool for it.
Or CES.
It's too funny.
That's it.
Oh, okay. I finished Watchmen.
Oh, me too, I guess.
Casual. Stuck the landing, in my opinion. We could talk about it.
Perfect landing.
Like I didn't know how it was gonna end. I didn't know where it was gonna go. I'm like, wherever this goes, I'm in. And it went, and I'm like, I don't need any more seasons. This was book and shut. It leaves things open, but it answers more things than I expected them to answer.
I don't need more seasons, but I want more of Watchmen.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
within that.
I want to peer into this world,
Exactly.
but at the same time, I'm like, don't taint this. Like,
Yeah.
I love this world. I love what you did with this story.
Yeah.
And
So to my knowledge, I read an article. Fucking spoilers. Well, I mean, not article, but it was like a title.
headline, right?
Yeah, the headline.
I hate those.
Well, the thumbnail was Dr. Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it is. I could only assume it's 2 people. Yeah, but it said that Night Owl is not in the show.
they
Night Owl
make
is in the show.
mention of him.
Yeah, but he might come back in season 2. That's
So I think they did an interview with the director of the showrunner after everything ended. He's like, I wrote this intending 1 season and only. So if they do, he's like, if I do more, I need to find the story first. I'm not going to do it for the sake of
good,
doing it.
good,
And I'm
good.
like, I like that. Like,
Good. Yes.
don't do
Don't force it.
Yeah. But I definitely feel like there's opportunities for stories, but it's like there's like while you're following these characters' lives, there's an overarching themes and points that they're trying to make as a show message, and it was very poignant and I think very relevant. And then, like, it somehow took this idea of a show that was sold in the 80s and made it modern and relevant and changed things while keeping it like the core of it. I thought the same.
I also want stylish underwear too now.
It's weird. It's a
Tommy
weird show.
Wiseau underwear?
It's a weird. It like Leftovers and Lost had weird moments. This one definitely had its weird moments that you're like, what the fuck, like what? But it was good. Cast was fantastic. So yeah, I finished that. I stopped watching his Dark Material. Like that. I can't even. I was like, I don't have time for this. I've been going hard into Destiny. They've recently with the new season have brought back Saint 14, who's this character who you have armor from and you've heard of him in the lore. And there's like the new plot story stuff is like you have to go through time to like you get an opportunity to save him and bring him. And the voice actor, they got like this like heavy Russian voice actor. I'm like, oh, I didn't put that voice in my head when I thought of this character, but it's fun. You know, it's like a nice world building.
When you play Destiny, does it show your character's voice? Do you ever hear your... Oh.
Recently.
Only recently, and 2% of the time.
And they made it. I mean, they didn't make like a big deal, but like all the characters in the game are like, "What? Like you talk?"
You know what would be fucking cool? I don't know how they would write the story, but like a cool moment would be your character, but much older, comes back from the future like, you need to change this. Da, 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 da. And, like,
It's
you have
your
like a
kids.
robotic arm.
That'd be
like,
cool.
It's like, you need to change this. Da, da,
It's
da.
your kids, Gotti.
Why fuck you say to me, little shit?
I would be on board for that. 100%. Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, I feel like this is the 9th season that they've done with Destiny 2. They've leaned into this whole seasonal stuff. And I'm like, wow, it's been 9 seasons. And I think they're building to something big. I just don't know what it is. And they're not yet, they've said in the past, like, we're not leaving Destiny 2 because they had a similar question of like, should we move on like Fortnite, where should we do another one but I think they're just now getting Destiny 2 where they want it to be, where they've leaned into the RPG elements. People are able to, like, with the things they have in the new RPG side of it, you can make builds that are completely, like, are leaned into shotguns, and you never run out of ammo. Like, as long as you build it right. So I'm like, this is really cool, like Monster Hunter style, where, like, if you want to do paralysis build or knockout build, it's leaning in that direction and it's not, like, intuitive yet, and you have to watch, like, YouTubers do it.
Like, so I was watching Tim Rogers' Best of the Decade, and he said, "This is American Monster," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, there are things that I like about it. For a long time, I went hard into the whole playing with people and doing, like, finding people FG. I've very much been just doing my own thing, and it very much has not resisted me anymore. It used to be like, you can't do X, Y, and Z.
Can't progress anymore.
And, like, I'm doing, like, remember how we used to do trials? Mm-hmm. There's a competitive mode now for upping your rank that only groups up people that are playing by them solo. Like, so you don't get matched against the 3 people from a clan.
That's
and
good.
like, it has made. I tried both. It made a night and day difference. Like, I'll have some games that suck, but then other games I'm like,
Because you're playing against a group. But
well, there's like 2 of them are together, but one isn't.
Shit.
But, like, a lot of the times it pairs me pretty well. And I'm like, these are the little things. They're going in that right direction. I want, like, something like a big step hard and more.
it needs the player base though, because Stadia. I mean, there's enough people to play.
But the thing is, cross save has kind of, it's like cracked that door open. Because one of my friends is only been on PS4 and he's not left it because his clan's there. But, like, when he's not playing with his clanmates now, he goes over to PC because he's got a decked out computer finally. He's playing all his other games on PC. He's like, I want to play there, but I don't want to lose. And I know more and more people are just swapping between them. And at any point you can, it's just they don't have the cross play. And they said they're working on it. So I feel like maybe season 10, they'll lean harder into the stories so something impactful happens again that they've been building towards. And 2, they lean harder into everything that they've kind of started setting up with these seasons and the RPG stuff.
I mean, they've already, like, done a fantastic job with Joe. Like, killing a character that.
Oh yeah, story.
Like, yeah.
But, like, since then they've alluded to something bigger happening, and people have been, like, speculating, like, they're gonna have it where everything's powered by the light, and they've alluded to something being, like, the opposite of the light, and maybe there's, like, factions and, like, you might be tempted, and, like, maybe they lean into the Horde Alliance kind of stuff that WoW does. It hasn't come yet. They're like, something's coming. Something's coming. So it's like sort of like Thanos, where you're like, when is it fucking,
And then you hear this snap, and
yeah,
the game's over.
and then game's over. Yeah, Fortnite's chapter 2. So playing a lot of that, playing Pokemon. I finally beat the last gym, and now I think I'm at the elite. Like, I'm in the semifinal thing where you're fighting, like,
Leon or Leo.
the girl. I'm in the fight with her right now.
Oh yeah. Then you're like, that's the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. You passed me.
Really?
Yeah. I just got the badges and that's it.
I'm not, like, confident I'll do well or try, but I want to do
after all this.
Yeah,
too.
I heard, like, the story isn't even done.
I have not gotten, like, my actual, like,
Legendary?
like the actual the one on the cover.
Yeah. So I want to try. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'm still going to try. There's, like, a competitive thing happening nearby us early January, and we'll see where I'm at. I don't know if I'll have anything EV trained or anything, but I want to, like, try to just have a team and, like, go and, like, be like, all right, I got the shit beat out of me, but I was here. That's a stretch goal, but played that. Played Destiny, watched Watchmen, Mandalorian. It's good. It's not bad. It's not great. It's, like, fit in, like, a nice spot of TV. And and Christmas shopping, finishing that stuff up. So yes, that's about it. Let's get into the stuff. So, okay, before we get into it, we're doing 3 major kind of categories. We're doing top best of 2019 and 3 main things: games, movies, and shows.
Games and TV.
I was about to ask which one is your weakest one?
TV.
TV's your weakest one.
Probably TV.
Okay, let's start with TV and let's lean into the
We'll end it with games.
the
because
juicier stuff.
That's the juiciest one.
We'll save the best for last. Okay, so shows you said?
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys do it in order or did you guys just have, like, a...
This is gonna be not.
Yeah,
in
for
order.
both movies and TV shows, it's not in
Okay,
order for
I
me.
just want to preface that before people start being like, oh my God, that's his number 1? Or...
Numero uno.
Okay, I'll start. One show came back this year for its 2nd season, Mindhunter. It's produced by David Finch, I think, the guy that did like Zodiac and
Social Network,
Social Network.
7.
What's that movie? Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the American one.
Oh yeah.
He's got a very good suspense kind of thriller aspect to everything, and the people, him and the showrunners of the show, like they could have easily just continued the kind of stuff they did set up in the first season, but what they did was they played with a lot of, because of the location of the murders that they were focusing on, which was in Atlanta during a lot of like the heated racism times of like that was much more heated than, I mean it still is now, but it was a hot topic at the time then, and it dealt with a lot of like racial profiling from the local law enforcement and a lot of how serial killers, the motives and what they consider, what they don't consider. And it was really interesting, like how they navigated through all that. So I thought they built on a lot of things, and they kind of put less focus on like the main weird character who's like the quirky, but he kind of gets how serial killers work, and focus a lot more on some of the other characters that they introduced who were like, he's got a team. It's like him, the older guy who knows the industry well, and then this lady who's a psychologist person. And yeah, it's good. So that's on my list.
I can go next.
Okay.
Open my list here. So again, not in order.
Mm-hmm.
So Game of Thrones.
That's my
Season
last
8.
one. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of shows, but I put it on because of the effect, like the wave, not of because it was good, just like
the impact.
Yeah, the impact of it.
I put it on because it's one of the 3 shows I watched this season.
Fine.
So, yeah, I think you
no
watched
judgment.
More. I still think you watched more shows tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones happened.
It happened.
I went through like withdrawals after that.
And we found
Trust
out
issues.
And we found out fucking creators are fucking freeballing it like I'm freeballing this.
You know, like it is like the fake it till you make it. But the thing is, like, I don't. Obviously, within the first few seasons, I think they were like that at the way that they were describing it. But I think at the end of it, they didn't have that like we don't know what we're doing anymore type of thing, you know? Because just the actors, the way to describe how like it was being there, they didn't make it seem like no one knew what they were doing, you know? Like they.
Well, I think they had a direction they were going for, and this is again all speculation. But I just think the decisions they made in the directions they went were not consistent with like how the stories were written. And when they started deviating from it, it showed it like when you look back in hindsight, it showed more and more and more. Like at the time, I'm like, I didn't see it until it was too late.
It's a great way to show or end a show, you know?
It's just crazy how high it went and how fall it fell.
Fucking stocks, bruh.
Like I remember at the beginning of the year, we were like, which one will stick the landing better, Avengers or Game of Thrones? And you both were like, Game of Thrones.
See,
like
but it's
Avengers
in people's
is gonna
minds. So therefore, top 2019.
Sure.
Just saying.
No, yeah, I'm not discrediting it. I'm just, it's fascinating to me. I went through a summer of just like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
I was sad,
Yeah.
it was bad. What about you, Jay?
Whoa, that was one on my list, but I'm going to mention Los Spookies.
On HBO.
A horror comedy. It's like Scooby-Doo reverse. They're trying to create like the monsters and ghosts. Just I don't know. They do it for money.
It's like a service, right?
Yeah. And fucking Fred Armisen kills it. Dude. That guy's fucking funny.
They had a good cast
It's very weird humor. Like I can't describe it. It's
That
like
was only one season?
yeah.
so far.
I don't think they're. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it was really popular. I think because it was like Spanish speaking and not a lot of people watch. I don't know. I'm just
like
speculating.
subtitle and
Yeah.
everything?
It's very weird humor. It's like Family Guy mixed with like I don't know. I can't explain it. Family Guy in real life is just very weird.
Okay.
But Los Spookies.
Spookies. All right, next up on mine is Legion. The last season happened this year.
That creepy guy.
He's still there.
Yellow Man.
The yellow man, fucking yellow bastard. That show was one of the weirdest like live action experiences I've had. Like I've read comics that were as weird as this, and I never thought I'd see them adapted. And this like made me think like it's possible to adapt like anything as long as you're creative about it. And it often would go so far off the main narrative, and you're like, why are we like? I'm captivated, but I don't know where we're headed. And then like the last 2 episodes, it kind of brings it back, and it made me think of like anime in some ways with that. And
Yeah.
it was interesting. It was a good show.
Nice. So I'm gonna go a completely different route now
Okay.
because the next on my list is Watchmen,
Okay.
one of 3 that I saw this year.
Also HBO.
Also HBO. And this one, I mean, it's compared to Game of Thrones, where this is its final season. Watchmen, this is its beginning season, and it did a fantastic job. It was just such a great show.
Didn't grab you though that first episode.
It didn't. It really didn't. Like
I know.
Again, like if it was part, if it didn't have like, if it wasn't part of this universe already, I would have been like, nah, I'm not interested in.
You wouldn't
this.
have continued,
Not
yeah.
continued. But I knew the thing, and like, I don't know what it does, but the second season does so much
Second
better
episode.
job. Or second episode does such a better job at grabbing me specifically, and then it just stuck. It kept punching me in the face.
Without saying character names, maybe by saying actors. Did you have a particular actor or actress that you enjoyed seeing on screen more than anyone else?
The main character,
Okay.
she
Yeah.
does a really good job.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Regina, I forget, Hall or
King.
King. Yeah, Regina King.
Yeah, Regina King. Yeah, she like in the beginning when I first watched the episode, I was like, for me it was like a generic person. Like I didn't think much about her, but as the show progressed, I'm like, dude, she's doing a great job. She's killing it. Like she's not carrying the show, but she's obviously like a pivotal person that's like moving the story along.
Yeah.
and she
She's at
was
the
doing
heart-
a great
the heart
job.
of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Have you read Watchmen or watched?
Yeah, I've
film?
read the comic and watched the film.
Okay. Just curious. What about you, Jing?
I'm gonna go. I haven't watched much. 1 episode of Watchmen.
It grabbed you though.
It grabbed me, but I don't know. Things just happened, and I never got to watch it. I saw the beginning of the 2nd episode. It's fucking good. Where it's Nazi Germany. They're like, yeah, they don't like you. He's talking to a black soldier. Like letters are given. They don't like
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Why the fuck are you fighting for the Americans? It's like, damn, fuck. I love like flashbacks. Flashbacks are really good. I don't
When
think it's
done well.
gimmicky. I don't think it's gimmicky, especially if it's done well. And that was pretty tight. It was a flashback to the older gentleman in the wheelchair who I think might be Dr. Manhattan.
I want you to
There's one or
watch
two.
this
There's
fucking
one or-
show.
All right, I'll watch it.
The reason being, because I know you said you saw the spoiler or what
Yeah.
you saw. This show, I think, and I kind of articulated in your stream, was the things that it delivers on are not like twists or spoilers
Yeah.
or character reveals. It's on this like impact that it gives and this message that it kind of made me. That's why I was like equating it to Parasite, and I think you would enjoy it, is that it's like the message is conveying.
Yeah, it's not knowing that this person's in there. It's how they
Their thoughts or their feelings or like the message.
which does a great job. So I don't think it's a spoiler knowing that this person's
All right, I'm
there.
gonna
It's part of the fun. I'll give that. Like you've been guessing at like, is this Adrian? Is this Dr. Manhattan? Is this, how does this tie to what I do know? That's part of the fun, and I think that's what like got a lot of people to start and continue down this show, like you said, Vargas. But like what it gets you at is like it kind of like has all that, and it's like boom, just like knocks you out.
I'll watch it. I'm gonna chip away at it.
Yeah.
Holiday season,
It's
Yeah,
not Stranger
time.
Things season 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I also watched 2 episodes of The Witcher.
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot.
with your medallion?
With my I was just like,
Did you get thirsty? Open a little bottle of water?
I gotta say weak though.
Really?
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
I saw 2 things. I saw one article Katie sent me. She's like, this show like dropped the ball, like how it failed. And then I saw like a bunch of articles saying like Rocky until it delivers at the end. And I was like,
But remember what I said.
the fighting?
The fighting scenes better than Game of Thrones. Not the big battle ones, but the end of it, that one-on-one fight scene.
Yeah,
Better,
they
it's better.
Do,
It's
they do
better.
a really good job. It's one thing
brutal.
like I really
It's
paid
like,
attention to. When you're talking about it, but one thing that struck me off is I think they redid the whole voice on the whole show.
Oh, on everyone?
I think so.
Really?
Because I think if they would have done, if they did it, because they for sure redid it on what's his face. And there's a moment.
Cavill?
There's a moment in episode
Weird.
2.
Right? I don't know. I just
There's a moment in episode 2 where like it's not matching perfectly, but like they did a good job with it. But then like everyone else is very similar. So I'm like, dude, did they redub everyone's fucking voice, dude? Holy shit!
I don't like his voice. It's just,
I like it. If you've played the game, fucking like spot on. Bro.
Okay.
Spot on.
Senor Vergas.
It's spot. Like it trips me out. Like I'm like, this is straight up him in the show, like or the game. So, but
Okay. I'm gonna watch it. I
weak
just
so far.
Okay.
So.
Didn't grab you.
But I'm still gonna watch it because like, again, like I'm interested in the monsters and stuff like that and what they do with that. So.
Cool. And you were talking about Watchmen. So my next one, Mr. Robot. That was also its finale season. This show, like, it was weird in the ways it was like trying to be retro in the like it was like all the stuff I remember from the 80s and early 90s where it was like Hack the Planet, Hackers the movie, the Swordfish a little bit, but like much more, I'd say, mature or like hard hitting. Like it has characters doing like things you're like, what the fuck? This is like this weird subculture, this black market. Like it's the fictional version of some of the stuff maybe brought up in the documentary you watched. Like it was trying to like fictionalize it and be like, this world exists, and like most people don't see it or know it, but like those that see it and know it are like disturbed by it, and they're like, no one, what's the point? Like it really shakes them up. And like the main character, the guy, what's his
Remy
name?
Talek?
Yeah, Remy. He's like, he's very neutral. Like he's got this robotic kind of like feel to him, but like he's just so jaded and out of it. And like Christian Slater's great in it. The cast is great. And like what they've built over these seasons kind of like reminds me of Fight Club mixed with like the beginnings of Matrix, where he's like in this corporate system and trying to like, there's like none of that matters, like all that kind of stuff. So I like what they did with it and the tone that they got with it. It's a good show.
I don't know why I keep putting my list away. Damn it.
There's only 3.
The last one. The last one for me is Black Mirror. Ooh. This last season.
Striking Vipers, dude.
Yeah. Get very intimate with your friends.
The guy from that episode is in Watchmen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I don't want you to.
Now I'm all like lost. No, so they've done a great job in previous seasons. This one doesn't hit like compared to like other seasons they've done, but
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's funny because like I'm not sure if it's because we've seen a lot of it and just like you kind of expect it at this point. You're just trying to guess.
They're not as dark anymore.
Okay.
The one with the Striking Vipers kind of like goes in between, but the Miley Cyrus one was way too happy. I was like, if it was Black Mirror of seasons 1 or 2, it would have ended here, and then it doesn't, and it makes things happy. And I'm like, it's like some regular sitcom shit. Like I don't know. It was fun, but
I wonder
it
if
wasn't Black
that
Mirror
was from
anymore.
Backlash because people like these shits was dark, dude.
Yeah.
you know.
But that's what gave it its name.
Yes.
Right,
Like,
but you get so
places.
depressed watching. Like it's heavy to where you watch 1 or 2 episodes and that's maybe it.
to this day, every person I've talked to, they're like, I don't watch that show. I'm like, why? He's like, I tried the first episode. I'm like, that was your mistake.
I know, dude. I
I'm
told
like,
you.
every time I'm like,
And
I
that's
was
why
there.
Watchmen's got to change it up.
Or you just tell them to watch San Junipero. They expect it to be that happy, and they're like, oh, fuck.
I told my friends, they were like, what episodes should we watch? I was like, because there's no order. And I told them to watch San Junipero. I told them to watch Hang the DJ. And there was another one I mentioned.
White Christmas.
Can you explain the story on the other one, or you don't know?
I don't remember what I recommended,
Okay.
but I remember those two, and they watched them, and they liked them.
Someone told me to watch one with the MMO.
MMO. Is that this season?
No, it's an older one. And he said it was good.
I don't remember an MMO one.
I remember there being like the digital character political figure.
Yeah, but that's just like
MMO.
I don't remember an MMO one.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
There is one where like they
the horror game.
Superstars.
Remember the horror game one?
Yeah, there's a horror game one.
That one was sad as fuck.
That's the one where the guy's traveling.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hate that one.
Yeah, that one.
It's called Playtest?
I think that's the horror game.
Yeah, that one makes me sad as shit.
I think you'll like it. I think that's more your thing.
I hate it.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, but the guy is like he like
Boom, boom.
the guy in playtest, the guy he travels and he's looking to make some extra money to continue. And so one of his friends recommends like, hey, there's a company that just asks for test players.
Yeah.
And you get like so and so amount of money. He's like, all right, I'll
Like,
try
fuck it.
Yeah.
And then there's like a plot behind all this.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
that's exactly where it starts playing.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's yours turn?
The last one is, I didn't watch any shows, so Stranger Things season 3. I tried episode 1, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I mean, it was very weird when
It is a good season.
the MILF was trying to hit up on the young guy, and the young guy gets attacked, and then that's
That's some good stuff. It was good.
Ba-bum-bum.
All right, my next one. I want to put this one higher, so I'm going to say I'm going to go out of order as I wrote. I'll say Glow.
Oh.
It went in a direction I didn't expect it to go, and I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it's going further away. Like halfway through the season, they start focusing much less on the wrestling and focusing much more on a lot of other aspects of all the characters' lives. And it goes into like more complex social struggles and challenges. And I thought that was very cool, like for it to like go from this like happy-go-lucky yet still mature, and then like take it up another notch. So that was something I liked. Then I'll say Stranger Things season 3.
I can still go.
You said you only had 3, dude.
I'm moving on to anime at this point.
All right, fine.
You guys gave me the idea. Let me just zip down and just.
Yeah, that Manhattan dick.
Oh, shit.
I got pictures, dude.
Screenshots.
I paused the took a picture, sent it to my friends. Like, what show is this? I'm like, you want to know? There was a funny point. I was sidetracked. We were watching. Katie was watching with me. She was kind of like in and out watching. And then we see a scene where you see it and you don't see where it ends. And she's like, how long is that fucking thing? We'll never know. We didn't see the tip. And then like later on, I pause it like, there's a tip. She's like, finally.
Just the tip.
Anyway.
So moving on for my list of shows, I'm gonna move on to anime because that's what I've been watching it. That time I reincarnated as a slime.
Oh yeah, you did mention.
Came out this year. Fantastic. Probably, I mean, at least with my anime, number one. So that's
Eyes on the Target.
is that one.
Yeah.
Top class.
Does that one? You can go back to your. We'll just go back and forth.
Yeah,
me
you
and
just
you.
gotta go back and forth.
Did you get?
I mean, I'm gonna save it for movies, but El Camino. But
That's a movie.
yeah, it's a movie. It's not a show.
Can you guys guess what some of mine are?
Yes.
Hustle and Flow.
No.
That was a movie. We're still on shows and animes.
Fuck. My brain is terrible at remembering things. Dude. And then especially like looking at the decade, I was like, wait, this was
Yeah, I know. That one is harder to guess.
Did Leftovers end?
No, that wasn't this year.
Leftovers wasn't this year?
No.
Damn.
That's a show I do want to watch.
That's a good show.
3
3 seasons.
I want to read the book too.
Yeah.
But,
So I know
we don't buy books.
Big Mouth.
Yes.
Big Mouth is on
Ooh.
there. I know that much. I know
Veep.
No.
that wasn't even this year.
No. I mean, it ended this year. We watched like 2 of the seasons. I haven't finished it. Johnny?
The dog.
Star Trek, even though it's not this year.
Star Trek. Oh, the show?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so my next one is Stranger Things season 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one, I don't know. Season 2 hit a spot for me. I know it didn't hit for everyone. Sean Astin, fucking phenomenal actor. Season 3 kind of made me feel like they grew up, and it was both weird and interesting. It worked for some characters. It didn't work for other characters. But they introduced some new characters that were very cool and very interesting, and I like what they're doing with this show. Like, it's like a world now. Like, this town, the neighboring, the world, you know, the 80s nostalgia. They kind of ride it a little bit more in other ways, like paying homage. Like, season 2 was trying to, like, channel that Ghostbusters feel at the, you know, with the teaser. This season kind of channels a lot of, like, the Wolverine, the Red Dawn, and a few other stuff. It was good. Russian Dolls.
Oh.
That came out this year. That was a good show. Time travel, Groundhog Day.
Should watch it.
It's very video game like, honestly. Like she's a video game developer, at like the name of the company is very much a riff off of Rockstar. I forget what it was called. It was like you hear it and you're like yeah,
Rocksteady.
yeah, something like that. Chernobyl.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
I was
I
gonna put that on
count
my
it.
list, but I didn't.
It's a mini series, so there's no that one's like for sure self-contained. I still count it because it was televised. It was episodic.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking phenomenal. Like that was good shit. Like I like historical fiction where they're like it's very true, but like they made some fictional liberties.
They added some drama to it.
Yeah. Well, like there's a character that when I looked at like what really happened versus what happened, there's a female physicist or scientist, and what was really the case was she was one of many that were doing what she did in the show. So they kind of were like, we're gonna have her embody all those individuals. And they kind of, at the credits, they go through some of that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's really cool that they're like, hey, we did take these liberties. We don't just like, you have to figure it out. Barry,
Oh yeah.
Yes, I want to watch that one.
that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's this guy, he's in Gotham. He's like a bald guy. He can't grow facial hair at all. Or any, I don't know. It's like an illness.
Oh, this is like really him.
He really,
Oh, I thought
and
this
he
like
was
a-
worried he'd never get acting. He wanted to be an actor.
wow.
And
Oh, I know who it is. He's like, there's a scene in Barry where he tries to assassinate Barry, and like just fantastic. Fucking.
He's the funniest
Yeah.
character. Like he's amazing. I love him. But other like there's a good cast. What's his name? Henry Winkle. The Fonz is in it. He's fantastic. The main guy is hilarious.
Does Harry Winkler play himself?
Sort of not. He's a fictional person, but like the way he portrays himself is like very much like what I could imagine him being like potentially in real life. Yeah, great show. Like hilarious, but very dark at the same time. Episode 6 is the funniest episode of TV I've seen, I think, this year. But it's close with another show that was hilarious this year. What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
that's right.
One of my favorite comedies. Period. Like their humor is so good, and they get meta with vampires. I'll say that. There's an episode. Wesley Snipes makes a cameo. Tilda Swinton makes a cameo. Like they get just like at all the names. I'm like, holy fuck!
Robert Pattinson.
Don't want to say.
No, it's,
There's a reason Kirsten Stewart is actress of the decade. There's no reason. Spoilers. And then I think I just had my number one is Watchmen. That one hit on like weirdness. It had funny at times. It had the story. It had everything that I wanted.
And if we made predictions a year ago, it would have been Game of Thrones.
Yeah, honest to God, I was like, I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm not hyped about Watchmen. I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect, honestly. I thought it was more like the comic that had come out, the Doomsday Clock. I was like, this is like a cash
You know
grab.
what's funny? I was watching a reaction of Game of Thrones, and they showed a commercial for Watchmen. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking excited. I'm like super high for it, but
Never.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I was like the thing. I was like, I'm not, whatever. It'll come
where's
out.
his Dark Materials on your list, dude?
It's not. 2 shout outs. Mandalorian, just because it's consistently like good.
Baby Yoda. You mean Baby Yoda?
The phenomenon that is Baby Yoda. And The Boys.
Oh,
I
the
fucking
boys.
thanks for mentioning it, dude. So the
You're
boys
welcome.
is on my list too. How is that not on your fucking
No
top
Preacher?
10? Wow.
I didn't watch Preacher, so.
I mean,
Boys is, like, honorable
I say
mention.
that, but like my fucking list is not even 4. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I definitely, it was too tough. Yeah.
that's what I like about it. I think like it obviously wasn't afraid
Yeah,
for a TV
yeah.
show, and that's what I liked. That's
It was a tone that I've
know what?
seen elements of, but they combined it all in one.
You know what's not afraid? Don't fuck with cats.
Kids or cats. The sequel, Don't Fuck with
Leaving
Kids.
Neverland.
is that a series?
Yeah. Oh no. No.
That should have been on your list, dude.
Well, that's on his movie
That's
list.
a movie.
Speaking of
I mean,
movies,
it's not on my,
three-part
it's not, it's not on my
series,
list. It's not
okay,
on my
fine.
It's a 3-part series.
All right, movies. Best of 2019 movies.
Alrighty.
Movies.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you can start.
All right. This one, I mean, I'll tell you when it's like actually the number I'm saying it in, but right now it's not. Avengers Endgame. Just for
That's on my
the
list.
testament that it did. Like,
Yes.
like the story was good. It was to me crazy that they could make a cohesive through line story over 22 films. 23. So.
So I know for sure mine. This is for sure where it's at on the list. Joker.
Joker.
That's on my list too.
Yoka. That is my last movie on this list.
Cool.
Like literally, it's on this list. It's the last one.
It's last.
So those two are on my list. So I'm gonna talk.
No, just go through your list. If we're repeating, we're repeating.
No, well, if he has anything,
Endgame. It's fucking surprised by it. Like my expectation. I mean, like the story was. I know someone was gonna die, and like more than one person did die. But like,
oh yeah, huh?
I'm just like, but still, like, damn, the way they did the time travel was fucking good. It was fucking good. Whereas like the Captain America meets Captain America, I was just like, hey,
America's ass.
Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's performance, fantastic.
it's alright.
It's fantastic. He should, I don't know, he should be nominated for sure for an Oscar. But
There's a
I'm
lot
gonna-
of good nominees this year, I'd say, for just performances alone.
I'm gonna add one, and you're not gonna believe it came out in 2019. It rhymes with ass,
Sass.
glass.
Oh yeah,
So
I remember January,
a lot-
right?
Yeah, a lot of people did not like the film, or it was mixed. I liked it. M. Night Shyamalan did a good job.
It was unexpected.
Yeah.
He tied it all.
Mr. Glass is a hero, but we don't explain it on YouTube videos.
Don't add him.
So yeah,
Add him.
Glass.
I saw it. I felt like it was in between to like a bigger picture. So like it wasn't enough for me. Like it was like I missed the beginning part. I missed the end part. Like I was like, that's just the middle. I'm like,
I
it's
see.
not enough. Like it's not scratching that itch I have. You know, like. And I mean, like obviously it answered a lot. It showed a lot. Like obviously within that world, but it like I don't know. It didn't. It seemed like it started in the middle and it ended in the middle for me.
To go back real quick to Joker, I think that was a movie that I was expecting to be very safe in a lot of ways, and it very much was not. It very much was not like I think some people debate this, but I didn't think it glorified a lot of like what he did. I think it showed it in a very uncomfortable,
Realistic.
unnerving way, and I didn't sympathize with what he did. And like I know there's memes of like his dances and all these things, and that's made fun of and celebrated. But like the actual actions of the character, I was like, no, I'm uncomfortable. I'm definitely. This is like I think of like Natural Born Killers. I think of like these movies where you just see like Requiem of a Dream, where it's like spirals, and you're like.
I got just hints of like The Wire, where the social worker doesn't fucking care. And like I'm just like, fuck, the system failed him.
Yeah.
Like The Wire, the system fails a lot of these citizens. It's like, fuck.
And he justifies a lot of things in ways that I'm like, no, that's not. But yeah, it's like a combination of a lot of those things, and it was interesting. It was like a take on him. It was another cool, interesting take on him too. It's like how Arkham Asylum, the comic, had a different take on the Joker that kind of contextualizes all the prior versions, where they're like each one you could get any different Joker. This was like another version of him where like his laugh was like explained to some sense.
This is on a side note, but the mom in Joker reminds me of the mom of the killer in Don't Fuck with Cats. Very fucking like she sides with them. It's like, are you fucking crazy? He's a killer. Like she justifies the cat video, the torture cat videos. Oh, don't that's. I was just like, dude, this mom's psycho, dude.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Denial, maybe. I didn't
Delusion.
even watch, delusion. Like it's her kid. Like obviously you don't want to believe what's happening.
Yeah, you try to like.
But I haven't seen it, and I don't want to like sympathize with someone that's like that horrible. So.
My next one is a Netflix movie, The King. It was the Henry the fourth or fifth. It was this young actor who came out recently, and it was just like this very intense, weird take. The tone of the vibe was very weird and intense, and like it was just over this short series of events, and it tried to portray it as realistically as possible of like that time, and like these fights aren't glorious. They're like you're gonna see them like with all these giant swords and armors, and when they went to go actually fight, they're just like on the floor like. And then like someone grabs a tiny little shank and just shanks them, and like
One minute.
yeah, it was 100% like that, and I was like, oh fuck, and like everyone's watching, and they're like, this is our leader. Like after the like they're supposed to after that fight be like, okay, well we only follow one of them or something, and it was interesting in that, and then also in how events unfold. Like it goes through telling them about how this conflict got escalated when it shouldn't have. Like things were fine, and then things just like get prodded in ways you're like, oh, like because I mean technology is what it wasn't there. So they're like, oh, word of mouth is this, or someone sent this, and we have to believe that is from them because it has this flag on it, and like you could be like, wow, it's super easy to deceive people and manipulate situations. It's like you could say that now with all like the anonymous internet shit, but like that time it was very easy to do all that stuff. So it was a good take, good acting.
Nice. I'm gonna go with movies that I know you guys haven't watched that we don't get like repeats for right now. Yesterday is one on my. Oh shit, you saw it? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't see it.
You class for a while. Yeah, I mean this was the Beatles.
Wait, who are the Beatles? You're in the movie now.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it, and I like that they end it. It ends with like the way that the guy like woke up. So he's in like in an accident. He's riding his bicycle back to his place. He gets hit by a truck, and the moment that he gets hit by a truck, there's also like all the lights go out around the whole entire world. Comes back up. He wakes up, and everything's like normal. His friends are like, "Oh shit, are you okay? Are you okay?" And then they gift him a brand new guitar. Like it was actually like close to his birthday. He's like, all right, let me celebrate by singing a song. And he sings literally yesterday. And they're like, that's an amazing song. When did you write that? And he's like, what are you guys joking about?
And then it sprawls.
And that's where it spirals in control. He like Googles like the Beatles, and it shows like beetles, like actual like insects. And then he's like, obviously like it starts out with like, I'm going to make this like a thing.
I'm gonna capitalize on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna capitalize on this. But then like you realize like it's not just about the music either. It's about like the people themselves that do the music. So no one like he's over here playing like he's like any gig, just give me any gig. And he goes to like a bar and he's singing. And everyone's like just whatever. He's like literally singing like these famous songs. And everyone's just like whatever. But eventually it spirals and he gets huge. And you realize people start following like they're watching him. And like because he's trying to remember songs. There's like songs he literally to where like these songs like they're about like specifically like Penny Lane and stuff like that. Okay. And just to try to remember these lyrics, and then he like sees someone stalking him, and he goes in, or they finally like confront him. They're like, no, we remember the Beatles, and we like there's no way for us to listen to this. Like we're so happy that you are able to produce these songs again. Like I'm just glad that you can introduce us into this. So like you're thinking like these guys are like you fucking stole it, but no, they're like we've missed it. Like we're so glad that you can.
Someone could.
Yeah, exactly. And it ends like that way. Like he stays like a popular person who sings these songs, and no one ever remembers who the Beatles are.
Oh
wow,
so pretty good.
Thanks for the spoilers.
You're welcome.
Nerdist over here. No,
mine's a Netflix movie. El Camino. It was the Western that the world needed.
That won the West.
Vince Gilligan.
Yeah, and they made Jesse Pinkman an action star. And
surprisingly, yeah.
And also fucking Meth Damon just solidifies.
That guy's...
Yeah, that guy's... I hate that guy.
He's good at making you hate him.
He's crazy, yeah.
He was in 2 movies this year.
Like
Irishman?
Joffrey.
Oh, yeah.
The Fish, dude.
Irishman.
The Fish.
Yeah.
Did you hate the Fish too?
Yeah. Breaking Bad. I mean, what can I say? Like, they could have ended it, but it kind of shows like where Jesse is, where he left off, and there are some good moments in it where he goes. I mean, not a spoiler. He goes to the vacuum guy, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I called the cops." It's like, "What? You think I'm an idiot?" And he explains why he didn't call the cops, and yeah, you gotta watch it. El Camino.
The writing and El
Camino.
The writing in the stories Vince Gilligan writes, like, I'm waiting for something he does that I don't enjoy. Because Better Call Saul, I was like, this is just fucking like spinoff. Like the caliber of that I'm equating to spinoffs is what I used to know of like, oh, this is going to be lesser quality, not the same. And like Better Call Saul like was on level with Breaking Bad.
There's a movie he made that sucked. Hancock.
Oh, that before Breaking Bad?
Yes.
I haven't seen it though, so I don't. But okay, it didn't have his like.
There's some cool moments, but
it's not
overall
the same sort of
not caliber. No.
Okay.
No.
Maybe he got to that point now.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think it's also the world of Breaking Bad. He just knows it in and out, and like the attention to detail. It's like the level of callback is so minute that you're like, holy fuck.
Not a
zoom in,
not
enhance
a spoiler.
That callback to this. You're
not
like,
a spoiler, but there's a gunfight scene. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, that was pretty cool the way he did the gunfight.
Handle stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, it was good acting. I like his buddies.
Oh yeah, Skinny Pete, dude. Skinny Pete's a real one, dude.
He's the homie.
Dude, you need friends like Skinny Pete.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
He hasn't a best friend in ever, dude.
Oh.
Heartbroken. He broke my heart on stream. I was like, I'm gonna get on kind words right now. Be like, what do you do when your friend tells you?
Oh my god.
Your other friend seemed worse though. He's like, man, I thought we were best friends.
Was it Monada or
No,
George?
Petey Perkle, dude.
Oh.
One of my mods.
Okay, next one. Dun dun dun. Dun,
That's
dun.
on my list.
Us.
Bum bum bum.
I was gonna jokingly say something, but
Bum bum bum.
bum bum.
Bum bum bum. Bum,
Good
bum,
movie.
bum.
Very
Bum,
good
bum.
movie.
There's something else on my list that this kind of like played with some of these ideas of social ladders and class and stuff, and this one like made me think in that space. And I've been thinking about movies recently that have been doing that more and more about like today's world and today's culture. And this is one of those movies along those lines where like they put a lot of social commentary within like a science fiction horror world. And I think some of the best sci-fi and horror have those messages of like, I mean, zombies, people talk about like the symbolism of zombies, the symbolism of like vampires, the symbolism of all these things, and like The Walking Dead, like all these different things. And I feel like Jordan Peele captures a lot of that in the work he's done. It wasn't as strong as his first outing, but I think it was still very good.
You want to get crazy?
I just
We can get
I know,
crazy.
I love that actor.
Tim and Eric.
So weird.
I love that they brought their
Yeah.
comedy to like their characters. Dude.
Yeah, so good.
I had Us on here too. Fantastic movie. Another one I have is Jojo Rabbit.
Man, I gotta see that movie.
Really good. I liked it. I mean,
Taika Waititi.
It takes balls to play Hitler, and as a New Zealand or
Yeah,
Kiwi,
yeah.
I have to say, like, I really enjoyed the movie, but it's not like it's top 10 for me because I haven't seen like more or like.
Do you think there are other things out there this year
Yeah,
that you put up
I'm
with?
sure there would have been movies that would have pushed it out of my list.
I mean, I've heard good things about it. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone said anything
but
like
it's not like. I don't know. I feel like there's nothing memorial about it. Like I'm not going to remember something
Okay.
specific. There isn't anything that like. It just didn't do, or at least watching it, I don't feel like it did anything amazing.
Okay.
Like, it's a really good story. They do a great job with it. There's humor in it, but it wasn't
nothing
like,
all the way.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I still want to see it, but yeah, I can get that feeling.
like Us. Us was on my list, but this is another horror movie, but it's true. Oh, actually, I can't say it's true, but Leaving Neverland. It has actually changed me, and I can't listen to Michael Jackson music anymore. Like
Unless
it's a certain like Santa Claus. I saw Mommy kiss Santa Claus. That's okay because he was a kid back then. But I can't.
ABC.
The thing that gets me is not. It wasn't the documentary. It was an article I read about the documentary saying like what actually happened. And the thing that got me was two things. A kid described what Michael's genitalia looked like and drew it. And, you know, the police, they looked at it and it was fucking similar. And also they found kid fingerprints on young boys' pornographic magazine. Fingerprints. So I'm
Of
just like,
his.
yeah, even if he didn't do anything, just even if he, I don't know, man. If there's smoke, there's fire. That's just me. It wasn't the documentary that got me. It was the article about
The additional research, like the
yeah,
all
I
that stuff.
can't listen to Michael Jackson.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Horror movie. Is it true though?
it's long too, right? Like 3 plus
It's two
parts.
Each one's 3 hours or something, right? 3 hour,
Wow.
6 hours.
And like you know, like a good documentary is when documentaries like really good ones. They like hook you. So like the first 20 minutes, they paint Michael Jackson as
Yeah,
this
as a
good
perfect-
dude, and then when that 20-minute mark hits, it just takes a turn. And so you're like,
Game of
whoa.
Thrones season 8.
Michael
You
Michael
watch that
Jackson.
and you're
Michael
like,
Ja-
fucking knew Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson penetrated me. Now you're in the second place.
Get out.
fucking sound effect.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Jake's sound.
It does the fucking what was it? The Curb Your Enthusiasm. Boom, 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 boom.
I was reading a thing about when they were filming Star Wars, the characters when they were used lightsabers, because they're not using obviously like real, they're like using cardboard or something like that to signify like the same length and everything. They would make noises themselves. They go like, and they're like, no, don't make noises.
Stop.
Just don't. They'll make their own sound effects.
I think Ewan McGregor had the most fun. I don't know if you've seen the gifs of him. He's just like, he's like laying around.
He's coming back as Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
right? At a show. That's fucking cool.
I love that actor.
That's fucking cool.
He's so cool. So much fun. All right, my next one. I mean, Joker's on there, so I'll say that, and then I'll say Knives Out.
Ooh.
It was an enjoyable, fun time.
Every time I hear that, I think of Knives from
Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim. So
She's out, dude.
She's out. Exactly.
She got out. Crime.
She's no longer
out.
in love with like.
Get out.
It was a good film. It's sort of like what you're talking about, JoJo. It was good. It wasn't like stellar,
Yeah.
but like it was refreshing. It was kind of a different kind of thing that was enjoyable. So, yeah, Joker and then Knives Out.
Nice. Mine is Alita. My next one, I believe.
The Battle Angel?
Yeah.
But Alita Battle Angel.
The experience, right? Not the movie.
Which we failed.
Like, how do we get last place?
I just feel like there's at least the experience they're making like, and like they're like, if you do this, like this is an insane amount of points, and we're like, all right, let's do all this, and we wasted so much time.
Yeah.
like, weren't
When we
worth
did
that
the
many.
smell thing, I was like, why am I still trying this? I do not. I cannot.
I don't know what these are. I cannot.
She's like, try another one. I'm like, what's the point?
hey, try it again.
A fruit.
Try it again.
A fruit.
Try it
A
again.
fruit.
It's a body part.
A fruit.
Smash Brothers. Just
Yeah, that's something completely different.
Street Pass.
Smash Brothers tournament.
She's like, yes, that's right.
Arcade.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like visually, they did a great job with it. Weird eyeball.
I'll never forget the Jennifer Connelly end result. That was disturbing, and they just glance over it. Do you care what I say?
Go ahead. I'm not
So,
gonna watch.
spoilers for Alita. She's like this. Was she the mother? I don't know if she was. Anyway, not important. She's like on the bad guy's like payroll, sort of, but she's like growing a conscience and like trying to defect. And at the final 30 minutes, she does something to help Alita, and they knew this, and then they take her away, and they're like, we're gonna use your organs and stuff, your body, and I'm gonna store you for your brain, because that's all I need is you like processing whatever and doing all this smart stuff. And like when they show what they've done to her, they point to like a fishbowl, and it just, you see two eyes and a brain, and that's her.
Yeah,
And then they close the cabinet, and I was like,
that's it.
and then they just move on.
That's all you get.
And I'm like, what the like, that's disturbing.
But I mean, I understand because within that world, like,
No, that's disturbing. I don't. That boy got more okay shit done to him, and he got fucking mutilated. Other people too. They were like just taking their like limbs and stuff because they're like that stuff is merch.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's sort of like Repo Man or
Yeah,
Repo Man. Yeah, that was the one thing I was like, I can't unsee that.
that's funny.
I'm gonna. It's a DC movie. It's the best. Best DC superhero movie that I've seen. I haven't seen Wonder Woman.
Suicide Squad.
No. let me show you.
Fortnite.
The Christmas movie.
Yes, the Christmas movie Shazam. It was okay. I mean, I just really loved the world building and how like they made it cheesy because
Sure.
like the Shazam comics are cheesy kind of. And
I like the kids stuff.
I
When
like-
they were both, well, even when they weren't both kids, like when they were just talking,
yeah.
like as kids.
I haven't seen Wonder Woman, but this is the best DC superhero.
Wonder Woman, I'm gonna say, was good up until the final fight. His final fight, no bueno.
You want to go next?
Oh, I'm gonna say Booksmart.
Oh yeah.
Oliver Wilde, I think directed and wrote this. Good comedy. It's sort of like if I was to give a quick like one line pitch, super bad for girls. It was high school. They're about to graduate. They're like the book smart kids in the class. Everyone else is like allegedly fuck ups, and it kind of spins it on its head. And like they're like, we took school seriously, so we're gonna get into good schools. And then it doesn't convey this in the trailer, but then one of the kids, the girl who's like considered like the class like floozy, she's like, I got into that same school as you, and I also had time to do some fun stuff. And then those two girls are like, what? We have one night to do all the fun things. And they're trying to like make up for that and do all this stuff. And it leads to humor, but it also leads to like interesting, like it. I know generations now, kids are somewhat different. Like there's things I don't catch on as much. Okay, Zoomers. But like it had them in an interesting way that I was like, oh, that's relatable. Like even regardless of generation, like these things, like kids go through this. Like you think you're going to be lifelong friends in such a young age, and that may or may not always happen. Or you think you've like understood something, or you know your personality, but it's like a journey and all this stuff. It was really good. It did more than I thought it would, but it was also a very good comedy.
Nice. Mine, John Wick.
Tres.
3. Tres.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't. I keep on doing this, and I know I can't.
Why are you racist, dude? Fantastic. Like just they've continued to improve because I never thought the first one was amazing. But they've gotten better and better with like the gun kata of the movie. Yeah, I just really enjoy it.
Fantastic
It's a
film.
fantastic action movie.
So I know some friends that didn't care for it, but they loved the first two. And I was like, what you didn't care for? He's like, there's too much like shooting or kill. Like, I don't know. I can't contextualize it, but I was like, the same stuff happened in the last one. Like what changed? Like they're like, it was too much. I was like, I don't understand, but okay.
Body counts are just going up.
They're like, it was ridiculous. I'm like, a pen wasn't ridiculous. A book wasn't ridiculous. Yeah, but it was grand in this one, and like
Yeah.
I think there's more. We'll see. I think they're shooting a fourth one.
Oh,
Fourth one coming out at the same time as Matrix.
Same weekend, Keanu weekend.
Keanu time, dude.
Can we just call that day Keanu Day?
2019 is Keanu's year, dude.
They should re-release the movie Keanu by Jordan Peele.
2019, 2020 is Keanu's year.
He's breathtaking.
You know, you're breathtaking. Mine is a horror film, Midsommar.
You saw it?
Midsummer.
People on the internet are trying to like, they're for the main character, they're against. It's like super divisive.
Really?
It's just like, I don't know.
The thing that
It's
I find
crazy.
interesting is that this film and the prior film were the director trying to pour out feelings about different things they were going through and how they poured it out and how it like became a work of fiction of some sort. I was like, whoa, like fuck.
Yeah. It was a trip.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. It makes me not want to go to
There was a notification.
Yeah, I heard it.
It makes me not want to go to a European summer solstice ever, even if it's free. I'm not going, dude.
You're like,
What if Kanye West is
it only happens-
CES in
it-
Switzerland?
It only happens once every 100 years. No, I'm good.
See you next 100. My next one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with he's the king of all monsters, Gojira.
Gojira.
It was like the biggest.
Flop of 2019.
Nah, that was Game of Thrones season 8.
So I know they probably showcased the King Kong hype. What did they show? Spoilers.
So what they do, I'm gonna spoil. I don't
They
give a
show
fuck.
Bay,
No,
first of
so
all.
first thing, Tywin's in this movie.
Yes.
He's Tywin. He's 100% Tywin, and like he's like hail the king and all. He's himself.
Hell to me.
And then like at the end of the movie, the stuff between Godzilla and Ghidorah resolves, and then off the coast of one area, someone saves one of the heads of Ghidorah, and he's like, "We can make this. We can use this." I'm like, "Mecha Ghidorah, bring it on." Then further on, they're like, "There's an island that a lot of these creatures are heading towards, and it's Skull Island."
Which is King Kong.
You know what's a cool idea that I just thought of? A battle royale, but like kaiju.
Yeah, 100.
Land on a fucking city.
Skins.
I think that's called Rampage.
Dance.
Rampage with dances.
No, there's King of the Monsters. King versus Monsters.
King of the
or-
Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can just choose different. But they show Mothra. They show Bay, dude.
In this one?
don't they?
Yeah, Mothra kicks ass.
Yeah, dude.
Mothra, Rodan. There's a lot of callbacks to smaller monsters.
Rodan's a fucking jet, dude.
Yeah, dude, fucking Rodan fucked up people. I think Mexico City. He really, yeah.
I think he's the one who does the most damage in the whole movie.
He might have. I mean, Ghidorah was fucking epic. Like they build him up as like holy shit. I mean, okay, the parts that
The
were
silhouettes that they show of him, dude.
yeah, the imagery. Like
Yeah.
I imagine how you felt about Star Wars was how I felt about Godzilla. I was like the iconic imagery,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lot more of the. I think the feedback they got from the last American Godzilla film was there wasn't enough Godzilla. It was all human stuff. This one still has all the human stuff, and it's very corny and very cheesy, and it is there. And they have callbacks to older stuff. Like they said, one of the girls, she's this Asian scientist that
She's like,
helped
my
support.
dad was one of the original.
No, she's like my mother.
Oh,
she's
mother.
like I have a twin, and she's like my mother was a twin. And then they show the images of all the
Yeah.
Matara. Like that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, nice, not back. But then Kenton Watanabe, he was fucking amazing. They kind of call back to some of the original films of like the relationship his character has with Godzilla and how the first films were.
I just hope his English got better because in Inception I could not understand that beginning scene. I was like, huh? Nani? What is he saying?
Damn.
Subtitles, please.
No, it was good. It was good. But yeah, all the Godzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah, fantastic. It was a joy. It was a treat. I saw it in IMAX. I'm glad I moved my seat. That's all I'll say. Because the person next to me, fuck them. But yeah, amazing film.
Nice.
Just pure joy.
Another one I have on here is Once Upon a Time
Yes.
in Hollywood.
In my list.
It's not on my list.
Hollywood.
What?
Did you even watch it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
didn't make the cut.
I just,
Good movie. I'm not knocking it.
yeah. I mean, so there's a lot I didn't know. Like the whole like
The true events.
Manson, whole thing, and how it allude to a lot of like the myths or like stories like of what like happened, like that there was like an actor that had died at this this ranch and stuff like that, and so there's this scene where like I feel like I mean I did know about it, but had I known or had way more background on that those scenes would have been tense because I'm like, dude, in reality the motherfucker died here, and I'm watching. I'm like, he's a main character. He's not gonna fucking. He's fine, But overall, like, I really enjoyed it. Pretty good. Good.
Another horror film. Black and white. Shot in 4:3 aspect ratio.
Oh, the cell phone.
Lighthouse.
Oh,
Two-man team. It's a movie about two men. Or is it?
Does it show someone butt naked?
Yes.
Okay,
Idris Elba.
I'm watching it. The butthole.
It was very weird, and it's one of those movies that it could be a metaphor. I don't think it's a metaphor. Well, actually, I don't know, man. It's weird. I can't explain it. It could be a metaphor.
For someone going insane.
It could. I mean, that's literal, but there's a metaphorical myth that it copies.
See.
So that's all I'll leave it.
Okay. I'm gonna go with The Irishman.
My list too.
This is my number 2.
That movie's too long to be a movie.
Some would argue. Yeah. I mean, I would also argue Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is too long to be a movie. Because I think they had the same runtime. Maybe, give or take. If I include... Okay, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you guys saw in theaters, which also has trailers, which you sat through. So with that, it's the same length as Irishman, which I didn't have trailers.
Same.
But yeah, that was a movie I didn't expect to be what it was. And it like... That end portion is what makes it one of the... It hit as hard as it did.
Nice.
Took me three attempts to finish it, and I thought the movie was all right until the ending. And the ending, I was like, okay, that's a fucking great film.
That's tough for a movie to like get you at the end. Like usually movies don't end well, and you're just like, movie was good, but like
It's gotta grab me.
Yeah, never grab me.
What are you talking about, used people?
Yeah,
I want to
but-
apologize.
It is what it...
You got to talk to the little guy? Okay? You want me to talk to the little guy? No, I'm not talking to the little guy.
I wear a suit to a meeting.
So, well, what the fuck are you wearing?
The actor they get to play this other character who's at odds with Al Pacino, he's been in other works as like a mobster kind of person. He was Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire. He's like one of my favorite up and coming kind of guys. Like up and coming in the sense that like he's gotten good roles, but like I want him to like steal the show kind of thing. And like he has that potential. He's doing really good. And I saw a featurette of him talking about a few of the scenes, getting to work. He's like, De Niro and Scorsese were like considering me, and I was like, this is my dream. I want to make this happen. And they're like, you want the part? And he's like, you got the part.
You talk to the little guy.
And then like when he worked with Al Pacino, there's a part that he's like, one take, I'm gonna do something different, and I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm gonna just do it. He's like, I told the camera guy and one other guy because they had to do it in a certain angle, like a wide angle, and they were like, we're gonna do one more take that way before we change. And he's like, that's the only way it'll work. And there's a scene where Al Pacino's eating some ice cream, talking to him, and he's pissing off this character, and he like gets pissed off and like jumps and attacks him. Before he jumps and attacks him, he doesn't tell him that he's gonna smack the ice cream like off the table, and he legitimately scared Al Pacino before they cut. And then like he jumps across, and then they yell cut, and Al Pacino's like, "You good?" Like he said something. He's like, "That was good." He's like, "I was actually scared." And he's like, "I was nervous." Yeah,
That's funny.
I was like, "This is good."
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's
then
slow though.
My last one before I guess we get to. Oh no, wait, do I? Oh.
That was my number 2.
Okay, you had Endgame. I didn't mention that I had Endgame on here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have 2 more. Toy Story 4.
It's on my list.
That wasn't on my
is-
list. That was a good one though.
But I don't. That's not. So my number 1 is number 1 on this.
Everything
list.
else is kinda like-
everything else is somewhere in there,
Except for your last one.
except for Joker. Oh, well, no,
That
Joker.
was, you're like,
and-
that is my last one.
and Jojo Rabbit. Those 2 could have been knocked out with
Okay.
something else.
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4. Yeah. I cried. There's 2.
Me
There's
too.
emotions.
Me too.
Emotional.
Hashtag me too.
Good movie. Recommend.
Like I didn't think there was more story to tell, and then he told it, and I was like, there was. Like the idea of higher purpose versus personal purpose and goals in life. I was like, that's an interesting conflict for a toy to have, and it's oddly, I mean, it's very relatable, but like the fact that they conveyed that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Do you have one more
guess-
before your final?
You guys know my final.
I know.
Do you have
I'm
one more
gonna-
before your final?
I have one more.
I have one more
Okay.
honorable mention on Netflix. Mads Mikkelsen, Performance of the Year, Polar.
Oh.
That movie was weird. It was fun. He's just a hitman that they cross, and he's like, all right, I'm killing all you. And like it's very weird.
You took my dollar. I'm killing
But
you.
like there's full on like it's like I mean it's Netflix. It's like almost like a porn scene. He fights half naked in the snow. Or no, he fights full naked in the snow. And like it's
the
just
snow is covering.
You know who directed it, right?
Kojima?
No, it was a YouTuber.
Really?
Yeah, Mystery Guitar
The
Man.
guitar man. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's
It was an interesting
he's
role for
come
him.
up, dude.
And he's also getting copyrighted on YouTube for a news channel using his own video.
Damn.
Fuck.
And they posted it on YouTube, and then he got the original video copyright.
Wow. He got played.
You played yourself.
Don't fuck with cats. Saw it recently, and that
Made the list?
documentary is fucking good. It takes fucking turns and turns and turns.
I'm probably gonna watch it, but
I'm
like
not.
not.
I'm gonna read the synopsis. I can't watch that. From what you described, that will be in
So,
my head
like-
forever.
I mean, what creeps me out is like I always feel like Stephen King novels. They always have human characters that are very evil. To me, the human characters are more scary because they're there. They put this facade on, and like they
Yeah,
exist.
they
They
act
fucking
like
exist.
normal
Serial
in
killers
society.
exist.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck, dude. That's what creeps me out. The supernatural ones, they can't come out all the time, but like, and they're not real, supposedly. But yeah, the serial killers are real, and that's what fucking creeps me out about.
Yeah, that I mean, in a different way, but Mindhunters shows these real serial killers in their beginnings, and like, it's scary, like how it builds and how it can start. And I'm imagining yours is like much more real because I mean, it's a documentary, but it's terrifying. Yeah.
And then what's
Number
your?
one. Number one.
Oh wait, that was just your honorable.
That was
mention.
that was
And then
before number
yours,
one.
Number
It's-
2 or before your.
I think all of our are number one.
And
Lego Movie,
Lego Man. Lego Man.
Ninjago.
Detective Pikachu.
No, Parasite.
All right, I'm not, damn it. I was like, on the count of 3, and then you're just like Perry said. All right,
But you
that's
said
cool.
it was okay, dude.
That's fine.
I checked the receipts, dude. The podcast.
That's fine.
You
Yeah.
didn't like it.
I mean, if I'm comparing it to all of these, it's better than all of these.
Yeah, surprised me, and it was weird how it just skated so many genres. Like that was like how it nailed each one when it was really like it, I don't want to call it any genre, but like when it is funny, it's really funny. When it is serious, it is really serious. When it is suspenseful, it is fucking suspenseful.
When it's weird, it's weird.
It is weird.
When they're like,
Jessica, Illinois, Chicago.
when he finds the panties, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then they're like, "Do you have the panties still?"
Give me drugs.
Peaches, dude.
God damn it, dude.
I hate things that are predictable. There's a turn in that movie I did not see coming. I was like, wow.
When the kid is a genius.
200 IQ.
Shit.
Yeah, that movie, I've been recommending it every which way. And my cousin actually just saw it without me recommending. He's like, oh, dude, you see this movie? It's called Parasite. I was like, fucking amazing. He's like, yes. I'm still unpacking it. I'm like, it sticks with you. And yeah.
Just imagine getting home, just unzipping the
Can't
fucking
unpack this.
suitcase,
Get a rock
trying to
package.
figure out where to put everything.
I was gonna give you guys rocks. Like,
Fuck. I would have been like, get this fucking shit away from me.
It's cursed.
Be searching for Wi-Fi in here. Yeah, that movie, I mean, acting, story, the shots, the imagery, like, regardless of the actual, like, the moments, like, the way the imagery, like, she's walking behind her up the stairs in slow, I'm like, that is terrifying. But, like, it's not, like, he's a killer in that or anything. Other moments have much similar points like that where it's just like, oh, man, it sticks with you.
the scene where she's going down the stairs following the lady, it's very Hitchcocky. I was just like, I just got this sense of dread. Like,
The eyes
Oh
have
my
haunted me
God.
all year.
respect.
The way he eats banana, fuck, creepy. Yeah, that movie, and like it's like the commentary on like the class systems and everything. It's
You know,
like
those bananas are $150,000. You know.
it was the tape to a wall.
Performance art.
Yeah,
Only one way to eat bananas like that.
like the moment where they're calling him the next day after everything, and like where they are and where they are, and like holy fuck, like that's one thing. The smell, so many different things. I'm like, wow, like. It's not in your face, but it's like it's very it's evident.
Subtleties, yeah.
It's good.
So yeah, number one was Parasite for everyone. Number one.
No. You guys want to go to games?
Let's do it. I don't know if this one we can change it up and maybe like we all go through our list. Like we just.
Oh, you go full and I go full?
Because
Yeah.
I have mine in order
Go for it.
on this one. So 2019 Game of the Year, Daniel's list or
You
Vargas'
starting from
list.
bottom up?
Yeah, starting from number 10. I have Anthem on this list.
It made an impact
Whether
in
positive or
EA's
negative.
financial situation.
I put it on the list because it's a game that I enjoyed. I did not. So a lot of these issues didn't hit me compared to other people, like the issues that they were having. But then I don't think like playing the game and leveling up, the issues they were having weren't as big of a deal. But once you're playing endgame and you're playing like difficulties were like you're just trying to survive and you finally kill something to get a drop. And it's taking you forever, and then you get like a disconnect or you get like a something. That's where it starts mattering because you're just like, I spent all this time trying to kill this giant ass creature to get this thing. But overall, like, you know, to get to the end game, and then part of the end game was really enjoyable for me. I do want to get back into the game. I know that they're planning on still working on the game and redoing it, kind of like what No Man's Sky did. So still looking forward to it. Hopefully it gets better in 2020. My next one is Baba Is You.
Ooh.
So let's try to include some indie games in here. Really enjoyable game.
How hard you get?
Um,
Do you know like number?
22.
Okay. There's a lot of levels.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels.
Like I think it breaks 200.
And it's funny because it starts out and you're just like, okay, like, I mean, it's still difficult. But then it like you get into the group and all of a sudden it starts throwing like
It mind breaks you.
Yeah,
You're like,
you're
what?
just like-
I don't even.
and there's times where you get a level and you're just like, that was it. That's fucking
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
it took me forever and that was literally all I did. Next one. This is call out to Jang here. Slay the Spire.
That's one.
And actually, I put when they came out. So Anthem came out in February.
Oh, okay.
Baba Is You came out in March. Slay the Spire came out in January for PC specifically. It was in
Is that
beta.
where you played?
I had it in beta.
You played it because of a streamer, right? That's how you
Yeah.
got introduced to it?
Yeah. But I did play it this year.
Yeah, I remember.
play
I just remember like you telling the story of like you saw this guy playing and you're like, he's not making the right plays, and so you're like, I gotta play, and so
Yeah.
you started playing. You're like, all
And
right,
I'm not playing the right game. One that I recently played, and I let you guys know about, Greedfall. That came out in September.
Oh, I think I heard of it.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. I haven't not beaten it, but I played, I would say like 70% of the game so far.
Nice.
And I'm really liking it. I really enjoy it. I'm going to continue playing that one. Another one that came in September, Untitled Goose Game.
Yep. All mine.
So this one, I chose this one. This wasn't like a title for me or anything like that. I played the game, I own the game, but I think it was just very impactful when it came to the internet.
It was the Baby Yoda of games
yeah.
for
they
me.
did.
I think.
Yeah, man. I feel like they're setting or they're carving a path for other indie games to help other indie
An
games.
animal cinematic universe.
Exactly. That'll have Muppets. And then we have Borderlands 3. This is also in September. Not very different from the other ones,
Yeah.
but it was still,
Which isn't a bad thing.
It's not a
but
bad thing.
it's
Yeah,
not-
exactly. They still have like the raunchy jokes, stuff like that. And then I have one that I actually played this week. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This is DLC, I guess, an expansion.
They put a full story in
That
that.
also came out September. There's a few games that came out in September. What can I say? I mean, like comparing it to like the original, or talking about like the original game. It's just a fantastic series. It's just great. It's a series that I put on each individual thing. I put over 300 hours at least.
What weapon are you maining right now?
I've been playing dual swords right now.
Okay.
Nice.
Even with the expansion, I was playing dual swords still.
Okay.
Next one, this one came out in November. Star Wars Fallen Order.
Oh yeah. Did you beat it?
enjoyable. I've not beaten it. No, I know the ending already, and I'm there. I'm literally like the last fight.
Nice.
I just haven't gotten around to it. And then I have November. This is Death Stranding. Technically, this isn't number 2 on my list. This is the only one where it's on the list.
You just didn't know where.
I just have no clue where to put it, and I didn't want to put it under the top one just to kind of have that there. Because I haven't beaten it. I'm probably not even 50% probably.
What chapter?
Still Chapter 3.
Yeah. Not 50%.
Out of the 14 chapters, I think. Yeah, not 50%. And then my number 1 came out in March. Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Did you beat it?
I've also not beaten it.
How far did you get through Genichiro?
Yeah.
Get it, Cheeto Gang.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it's very. My controllers don't last. I get sweaty hands, and so I generally play with my older, cheaper one when I play that one.
Okay.
But yeah, it's tough for me.
Have you? So your history with From Software games? Have you beaten the other ones?
I've never beaten a single software game.
Okay. Just curious. I'm not like saying that
No,
like
no,
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
to, but like I know a lot of people that play them, and whether or not they beat them is different. So
Yeah.
okay. Good
you wanna
list. Yeah, I'll go. We'll save the last bosses for last. Number 10. This one is I'm doing in order as best I can. Number 10, Borderlands 3.
Oh.
It was enjoyable. Didn't add anything new, but it was a good time. I don't like once I did the story, I felt like the end game wasn't what I wanted. Like I know it's the looter shooter, but it wasn't the type of looter shooter. Like the whole idea of like replaying through the story, I want to just be open after I finish the campaign. I don't want to have to do everything again. Same with second and third characters. I'm like this idea that I need to do the campaign again is very bothersome to me. Like I feel like Diablo 3 did well with that when they updated it, where it's just like go play after you beat the thing, or even go play regardless.
Like the adventure modes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a creative decision, I guess. But it's a good time. They've still been supporting it. A lot of DLC to come. Good, like the shooting is great. I love the variety of weapons, the variety of characters. Really cool. Number 9, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Very, it's like a step above what Borderlands did. It's like more of the same. Made some changes that I really appreciate, but not like substantial changes. Nothing grand. It was like iterative. in a lot of its ways. So that's why it's number 9. But it's very enjoyable nonetheless. Put a lot of time into it. Number 8, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. This is like gradually building more and more, and then it gets into like just new games. Destiny 2, more of the same, but like leaning more into the directions I wanted to see it go, and harder in those directions with like two seasons this year or 3, I forget. But very enjoyable game. I love what they do. I love where they're going. I want to see more of it, and I like what they did this year. I think it was a good step. Again, one of the best communities. They like have been constantly doing cool things. Maybe not as responsive as some other ones. I know Fortnite is very quick, but I think what they lack in constant updates, they make up for with a lot of transparency about like our design philosophy for X, Y, and Z, and they explain it and they do videos about it, and this year they became an independent developer. They broke off from Activision. That was huge. They are doing things, but I'm like, I like that you guys are taking independency and control of like your company, and hopefully they like that leads them. I'm curious where 2020 is for them.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Ooh.
That game, like, it was short, it's very brief, but it's very enjoyable. It's like what Scott Pilgrim felt like to me, where it was like this musical adventure ride of a story, and it uses the music to like take you through that story.
Yeah.
And it did it so seamlessly for me. Like, it was so good. Number 6, Mario Maker 2.
Yep.
I love the community. I love watching it. I love playing it. I don't play on the level that I see the community playing, like the Kaizo levels. But like, it was just like, I think they could have just kept Mario Maker and just kept updating it. And that's what I want them to do, but they won't because they're Nintendo. But like the things they do with Mario Maker 2 is really cool. And I like that they're leaning into all the very creative ways. Like, they're allowing a lot of creative controls with Mario that people couldn't do before. And like, people were making like first person shooters sort of like makeshiftly, or Metroid games out of these levels. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy.
It's gonna add Zelda.
Yeah, they added and like all of the mechanics of a Zelda from Zelda 2. It's like, what? He now has his arrow bombs, everything. I'm like, where will how much more can they go in that direction? I'm curious. Like, it'd be cool.
Metroid. Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. Or Donkey Kong. I'd take that too. Number 5, Untitled Goose Game. More for like the impact and like the
Mainstream.
What I chose.
just the
Attention.
indie gone like mainstream and super casual. It's like just bite-sized. Anyone, like when we were interviewing them at PAX, like I saw a little, like the developer was talking to this little kid. It's like, I want, like, that is a goal of mine, is like seeing this little kid not feel daunted by like mechanics. It's just like a simple game. Mm-hmm. It's fun. People can like take it what they want with it, and it like opens up a door to them. Like, it doesn't make casual gaming like elitist or anything. It's just like very open and fun. And then the memes, obviously, like that impact culturally.
Honk.
Number 4, Tetris 99.
Yeah.
The best battle royale game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't at me.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming. I was elated when I heard about it. I was like, this is the best news in this direct. Period. End. Stop. And I love the themes they do every time they come around. I've been playing at the gym and like working hard to try to get number 1 once, and like that feeling, I feel like it's how people have felt with like getting chicken dinners and like number 1s in Fortnite or Apex. That's how I felt with Tetris. I was like, fuck yeah, this game. I love it. It's like, it's the same thing they've done for decades, but like they've put it in this little twist. So I was like, hey, battle royale?
3-man squads, please.
I mean, they're leaning in that direction with team squads. But yeah, team is hard. You can get ganked. Like, if you can, so the way it does is instead of targeting by attacker, defender, or whatever, you can do attacker, or you choose a team color. And if like a bunch of people choose a team color, like you get bombarded. Matches end very quick. Number 3, Sekiro Shadow Die Twice. I didn't play a lot of this game, but I love what it does with like, you don't change weapons. You don't over level for sections. It's very tailored, and like that design and that intent is like, you are getting what we want you to get. And when you get it, and when you overcome it or succeed at what we want you to do, you will feel like across the board, you feel like a sense of accomplishment. And I'm like, wow, that is like such fine, detailed, like game design. I'm like, that's awesome. I like what, like as a company, how they've evolved is really cool. Number 2 is Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Nice.
the tactics part of it, which is like the core gameplay mechanic, is there, and it's very rudimentary. But the fact that it's 3 games into one, like each story is very different, and like it adds a lot of things that Persona has had, like the storytelling where you're going through talking to characters, you're trying to like raise stats, friendships, all this stuff. It's like everything that a Persona game has mixed with Fire Emblem gameplay, and then the story is very like mature for what it is. Like the things that characters are going through, they're like traumatic. Like girls are trying to get their families are trying to pair them up with husbands that all they want is the lineage or the alliances, and they're like, no, I don't want it. Like I hate being part of that. Or daughters or husbands, or and all these different characters come from different backgrounds, and they're fully fleshed out. It's really like it's good. It's there if you want it. It's you can be more just like level grinding RPG if you want that instead. And then number 1, Baba Is You.
Wow.
I picked it because I was like, nope.
What level did you get to? Whatever.
Like 30, 34. But like every time I go back to it, it's the same. Like I've introduced it to people. Like describing it is one thing, showing it is it clicks. And what like at first they're like, I don't, and then I'll show them a little bit of like how it works, and then the next thing they're like, all right, wait, try this. Like I'm like, that I don't think that works. And we're sitting there like group playing this, and I'm like, this is like I have like it's sort of the same feeling I had with Untitled Goose Game of what it does to a new gamer. Mm-hmm. But this is like how Witness I think maybe hit for you in the past. Like it grabs you with that puzzle solving, and it's for challenging. And I think it engages the player and the people that are like, you can play a group or you can play it solo. I think that's really talented to do of a game that looks like it's in the 90s, like early 90s floppy disk.
Indie game taking the number 1 spot. Nice.
It covered most of my top 5. Untitled Goose Game. Yeah, I mean, I just say that and Baba's You. But like, yeah, Sayonara Wild Hearts in there. So special shout outs to a few games. Death Stranding. Luigi's Mansion. Grindstone on the phone.
Oh.
Astral Chain.
Oh.
And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
I have, so I'll do my shout outs since you're doing them as well. I've got 4 shout outs. All games I did not play. All games I intend to play during 2020. Disco Elysium. Ooh. Control. Ooh. Return to Obra Dinn.
Oh, yes.
Because that got re-released on Switch. But did it also come out this year?
Yeah, it came out on Switch this year.
But did it also
came out last year.
Okay. So yeah, I put that as the Switch version, and then Deltarune. So those are all games I have not played, all ones that I feel like if had I played would have been on this list for me.
All right. Finish this off.
All right. Number 10, Super Mario Maker 2. Didn't play too much. Played a little bit. I love the fast levels, the ones that just speed run.
Dude, I played one of those at Comic-Con, and we just were taking turns. It was like a time limit of 10 seconds. There is not a moment you can spare in that 10 seconds, and we like getting that it's so accomplished, like rewarding.
Didn't beat it. Devil May Cry 5. It was cool.
I bought that for $8.
And then
4 plus 1.
And then $8 again.
Yeah, twice or 3 times. I got myself a copy too.
Okay.
The next one is the second battle royale on my list, Apex Legends. I did play it for a good bit, maybe like a month.
Did you ever get a number 1?
I did a couple times.
Pro stats here.
I mean, it's fun. It was cool. It was like the new kid at school.
The launch was great, I think. Like the way they like got streamers on board ahead of time, secretly like got everything, launched it. No, I don't think any hiccups really. I know the netcode you said was bad, like down the road, and people started taking advantage of it. But like that launch was like perfect to get it where it was.
I actually recently saw someone stream it, and it made me want to play it. They have a new game type. It's like a capture the train kind of thing.
It's like a Christmas thing.
Yeah, I have no idea how it works.
I think it might just be for Christmas.
I was like, this is kind of cool, but I'm not going back to it. I have too many games.
Too many cooks.
Let's see. Resident Evil 2.
Got that for $10.
Fuck, you played that shit like for 300 hours.
No, that's 4.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He asked the question on the stream, like, what game can you play forever? And I was like, Resident Evil 4.
And he's like, yep.
True.
Not a lie. True.
Next would
Did you beat Resident Evil 2?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I barely got into it. I was playing the old one first.
Oh, yeah,
Before
yeah.
I played the new one. I was almost done with the old one. The new one came out, so I just went to the new one, and yeah. It's surprising. Because that Mr. Chungus guy, X, he doesn't come out when he's supposed to come out. And originally he comes out much later. So when I saw him come out, I was like, holy fuck.
I hate when you can't, like, when it's an unkillable thing that just chases you. Dead Space had that.
Yes.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Untitled Goose Game. Had fun with it. I'm gonna get it for the PlayStation 4 again because trophies.
There's, I think, a dynamic theme.
Yeah.
For the,
I wish I played this on. I've played this in the arcade once. It's for the Switch, indie game. The crowd is dead. The community's dead. Killer Queen Black. I've had fucking fun with it. It's a really cool game, and like Tim Rogers said, it's the perfect esports game. But yeah, dude, it's fucking fun. Even with it, it's more fun if you have a team that coordinates. But just having one person just helps. So there's this one person that usually plays with me, and yeah, it's fun when we dominate.
nice.
The next is the best battle royale game, Tetris. Tetris. 99. It's like I've always loved Tetris. I loved it on Facebook. Facebook had like a versus mode, 1-on-1. Dude, I've always loved it. And dude, this is like the best idea ever.
Tetris DS was my favorite before
Yeah.
this, and then
Yes.
this like it's amazing.
Which is crazy because like within my friend group, there's only one person that's better than me, but I just dominate.
Addison.
You're not my best friend though.
Heartbreak.
Oh shit! This is supposed to be lower on my list. Pokemon.
Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
Pokemon Go?
Because I haven't played a Pokemon game in a long time, so to me, it's like kind of fresh.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh
100%.
shit, this is cool. It's not. I mean, things are pretty much the same, but overall, it's pretty cool. I just like the quick trade thing.
Yeah.
Surprise trade. Okay, now we're going to the heavy hitters,
Ooh.
the top three.
Heavy
Okay.
hitters.
Take us for a ride.
The game I played the most this year is actually third place.
Dang.
700. No, actually, how many hours did I put?
Probably like around.
I think if you go to
600.
your profile part,
Yeah.
650.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
It won't tell you. It doesn't say anything.
No, it does tell you the hours.
It maxes out 9999, so you can't.
So
say
it just says 175 hours or more, but it is Slay to Spire. I lived, ate, breathed Slay to Spire for a good month. Like,
dreamed.
if I wasn't doing,
it's like Slay.
dude, and what?
Pornhub slayed the spire.
Hell yeah, dude, one-handed. Dude. But I was telling Vargas like this is only on one character. There's 3 characters. I don't know how to play the other 2 characters.
So you
So-
have 3 times the more. You have triple more
Yeah.
hours to get.
When you look at Reddit, people who are really into it drop 2,000 hours into it. I don't, and it's crazy. I don't understand the game with the other 2 characters. I really don't. So
That's 750 times.
yeah, and I feel like I don't understand how to play as Silent. I actually kind of do, but like I don't know. It's really luck.
Are you leader of the community right now? Is there a global ranking?
Yes, I was like 600th once.
What about North America?
I was 600. Okay, so top 2, Sekiro. Didn't beat it, but got really far. I
Yeah?
think I had 3 bosses left.
Now you're number 1.
Number 1 is Death Stranding.
Kojima hentai.
So I always complain about it. Like I said last stream, I was like, damn, I don't want to play it. But once I start actually playing it, it's like, fuck, it's just very satisfying. Very Stardew-like grind satisfaction. So start Death Stranding, number 1.
Yeah.
Good list.
Mm-hmm. Very good list.
Any honorable mentions, or
Anyone
was
that
that
you
like
couldn't put on the
tight?
list?
I mean, there are games that I haven't
Deltarune.
played. Control, Disco Elysium.
I really want to play that.
I want it to come out for the Switch, but it's coming out for the PS4.
I mean, you could wait. I feel like it has. I mean, not
I
like
can't
has
wait.
to.
I have to buy it so then I play it in 2 years.
Because if it's not,
I will
now-
say there was a lot of games that came out. I forgot to say this. I went to Redbox this week. Got a bunch of games that came out this year for dirt cheap. I got Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm surprised it wasn't on either of you guys' list, by the way.
No.
Kingdom
Picked it up. Having fun.
I picked up Kingdom Hearts 3 and the 1.5 plus 2.5 collection. I'm like,
Oh,
I haven't played
it
a
was
single
on there
one.
too?
It was $3. I was like, I got all of these for under $40. Fuck, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Dude, yours had mine. The only thing it had was.
I went to several stores,
Oh, okay.
but like Switch games were gone.
Yeah.
Like I could not find. You can apparently search and reserve at a kiosk.
Yeah.
Which I did for one of my friends for something. But like anywhere I looked, no matter the zip code, no Switch game anywhere. And they were good. Smash Bros, Mario Maker 2
Oh shit.
for really cheap.
Shout outs to Tangle Tower. It was like a puzzle text-based game, and I thought it would not be fun streaming it. I had a fucking blast.
Nice. Yeah, good game. I mean, interesting. I think this game had a wide variety of different types of games, very weird games. A lot of the games we didn't play were very much in that vein of like, this is odd, this is a little different. It wasn't like that AAA standard kind of thing like you typically see. Like even the ones that were, like Days Gone, I don't remember. I don't think anyone has said like amazing.
Grease.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah,
I've been calling it Gris the whole time.
Yeah.
And they're at the Game Award, Grease. I was
Grease.
like, oh, okay.
that's
That's
it.
funny.
Okay, 2019,
2019 is over.
did it. We did it, guys.
We'll see you next year.
150.
150. Where can people find you in the next in 2020?
Hopefully at the Fulio everywhere. But for now, it's at the Fulio 365 on Instagram, the Fulio everywhere else.
Episode 169 at The Last Bosses Everywhere.
And I'm Cujo Prime. Remember, this is brought to you by Cookies. Use codename Vargas DLC.
It's a DLC Vargas.
DLC Vargas. Either one should work. One of them might work. We'll see. You get one kind of cookie one way, you get the other cookie the other way. But yeah, you can find us all at the Weekly DLC. You can find us for another 150 episodes.
3-0. Oh.
Yeah, on podcasting services all over. Until next time, next year, we'll
DLC.
You next year.